All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Today is episode 15 of Genesis, hosted by our lovely man, Fray, over in the corner. Take it away.
Hello. Okay, everybody. So, last we left off, does anybody remember? It was a few weeks ago, honestly. I think it was like 3 weeks at this point. Um, does anyone remember where we last were?
Well, we were in an underground laboratory. We'd just gotten done getting kicked around and kicking around a tin can, also known now as Cabal.
Hi.
He turns out to be not such a bad guy. He's a brain inside a robot. And then we stuck that crystal inside of an analyzer. We found out that there is in fact a consciousness within it, specifically Alsar's tiefling daughter.
What? Yep.
Oh my god, wait, I just realized Lynn wasn't there for that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
neither was
no.
I.
Oh, yeah.
Miss
Normally,
one session, you learn everything.
Oh man, yeah, what a time. Yeah, you're pretty much right on the money. To recap everything prior to that, you guys did make a successful heist through an abandoned sex shop and um and subsequently into the
We call it
the
the dilapidated Greiger Hospital. Yeah.
yes, indeed,
Yeah.
the Greiger Irisian Hospital. Um uh you made your way in. Not only making your way in, you managed to divert some power from a magical artifact that Tuare held
We're going to talk
into
about that at some point, by the way. The fact that he's apparently
yeah.
holding the heart of a primal.
Yeah, he is holding a heart of a primordial being. Yeah, that's fun. We had a lot of revelations last session.
Yeah.
Wild.
Uh, but sadly, unbeknownst to Tuare, he may not even realized how much power he held in that thing, as when he attempted to divert power from his artifact into that, he turned on the power for the entire hospital complex, which alerted most of the guards. Thankfully, you were able to get away, make your way down, to which you saw Cabal's last moments, which are also the last moments of presumably the 10 Night Children. And Dr. Worf and his escape, primarily watching the previous director of the night program get his head squished beneath the boot of a 10-year-old child stomping on his head. Um,
Huh?
yeah, Cabal's last memories were to go and kill Dr. Locke and to reacquire the assets of the Irisian province. And he was shut down quickly after. So that was fun. But now we are back, and though Cabal is no longer violent, to what you can mostly understand, and you have analyzed this crystal, discovering that Ausar's daughter, or the 10th subject, known as Rhea, is locked within the crystal, you have a lot to do. Now, for your timer, I will remind you, there are only 2 days left until Ausar's execution, to my memory. So, I leave that with you all. The question is, where are you going now?
To the
Other
gas
side.
station. Gas station.
I mean, like I assumed we better start looking for a way to get out of here because there's no way that what's in here is going to be helping us with the Alistair thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I don't know why we thought stuff in here would help us with the Alistair thing. Oh, right, we need it for the crystal. So yeah, that's not going to be helping us with the Alistair thing. We need to worry about trying to find proof that it was actually Grove that was doing things to Alistair.
Alsar.
Semantics.
We've been working with this man for weeks.
Well, you really should have been saying his name more often.
Oops, sorry, I was muted. One thing I will remind you all of as to why you went down here was that where they are going to be executing Ausar is a place that Ausar specifically was trying to hide the watchful eye of Iris from. He did that with a dampening field, and to what you can gather, this was the conduit for it. Your goal was to make yourselves basically a dampening field so that you wouldn't be spotted by the tower, so that you could successfully infiltrate and make your way through.
The
Th-
the best hypothesis that I can form out of this is that it is not a result of the crystal itself, but the consciousness within that has that ability. If indeed this is the battery for it.
And that is something you could absolutely discover after you find a way out of the sub basement.
Yeah, because now we need to get the hell out of here without getting caught.
Yeah.
If,
Well, what we're probably going to do here is send someone who is stealthy and can climb walls up to check how everything is up top. Points to the child. Displays the child in like, the very over the top way. I wonder who all could do that. I
not
wonder
like we
who's
have to worry
stealthy
about
enough
it.
to climb walls and can also report to us on what the guards are like.
I'm not fond of how often we find ourselves relying on Doku.
I just like the fact there was a child in the middle of basically with a bunch of criminals.
Unfortunately, the child is also one of those criminals.
Exactly.
So,
real quick, is Cabal still within earshot of this?
Yeah, most likely.
I was actually going to go ask Cabal something. Specifically, I was going to ask him if he has any memory in his data banks or in his brain, as it is, of any potential exits out of here, any secret passages that he may have been informed of that his target might try to flee out of.
That is a good question. Fray, would Cabal know of such passageways?
You would, well, I'm not even going to make you make a history check for it. You were given a briefing, and considering that it basically seems like you blinked and now you're here, you would probably still have it pretty fresh in your memory, all things considered. Though you entered through the elevator itself, because that is the one proper exit, there was no other, at least on paper. There was definitely air shafts. There was definitely secret escape routes. Do you know where those are? That is a different story. Basically, to your understanding, you were told there are routes that are out of this place, but they were not aware of where they were. The air vents, you would probably be able to honestly see. The ceiling is pretty high.
I
But they
just remembered actually real quick.
was that?
And me and Eugene were actually off hecking exploring the laboratory while they were busy with the crystals, whatever.
Oh yeah, you're right. You know what? Both of you guys make me investigation checks while you're at it.
Where are you? You are this one. Yeah. What did I get? I got a 6.
A 6? What did you get?
And
I
you
got
can
17.
Oh,
Yep.
great. Well, a 17 would be more than enough. Not necessarily able to find any hidden exits. What you guys would be able to find are the ventilation system, basically. As to where it goes, you're not entirely sure, but they're pretty big. They had to get air down here at some point, so you're not entirely sure where they would go, but you could probably fit medium-sized humanoid type creature through. I would say one by one, single file. That's to say, though, if you trust that after all the years it wouldn't collapse. But I leave that up to you guys and a little bit of luck.
And with that, yeah, if Genevieve is still coming up to Cabal and asking him about possible alternate
absolutely.
routes out of here. Ball, who at this point has probably reconstituted himself to a degree where he can now like operate properly, will kind of first kind of like adjust some of his joints a bit while he stands back up from his kneeling position, and he will say, several alternate routes are located within the structure, such as air ducts and possible alternate escape routes. However, they are unknown to me. However, the air ducts are a good alternative.
Okay, assuming they're spacious enough. And typically, most structures try not to make those too big for maintenance and also security reasons. But seeing how far down this place is, makes sense that they're bigger than usual. Thank you, Cabal.
Yes. You are most welcome.
All right. Well, it seems that Marquis and Eugene are already pretty much on that. But in the meantime, we do want to send Sully up to investigate while we check down here for a safer way out. And not be a bad way to try and pass the time.
If need be, I can also go. I have the ability to cloak myself and to teleport to a degree.
That's very useful. You'd be willing to look after Doku while he goes up and investigates. We very much appreciate that.
Yes, I'm also worried about how often we send no offense to you, Doku, but how often we send a child to do reconnaissance or scouting missions on his own. So it's nice to have someone accompany him.
That is,
safety.
sending a child to scout is ill-advised.
Yes.
Doku's proven his worth.
But yes,
That doesn't stop me worrying.
I shall go with them.
Okay.
I was about to ask what the little blop was, and then I remembered that that's a Valen. I was like, who left a stain on the ground? Why
You
is
got a
why
new
is the
picture
couch
for
stained?
Valen.
Yeah,
Finally.
Valen finally has a picture.
Who? Yeah, who spilled the pudding?
Mr. DM, that hurts my feelings.
I'm sorry, Val. It's so small.
Your words have melted her. Look at her.
She's melting.
Ooh, bad.
Anyways, so
Mr.
then
GM
let
did
me
a
just
bad thing.
let me just make sure I understand. So Cabal and Doku are going to find a way up
Well, yeah,
the
scout
basically
out.
climb up the you guys are gonna scout. Now are you going up the elevator shaft, or are you going to be going on the up the air vents? Like which way are you planning on going?
Sounded to me like the idea was they go up the the elevator shaft.
The mine
Mine
oh,
shaft.
no.
The children yearn for the mines.
No.
The elevator shaft, and see whether or not the guard presence up in the entrance is heavy, and how it's looking up there. Whether or not we can take the elevator and potentially that as a way out of here. In the meantime, the rest of us will look for an alternate route out.
Sounds like a plan. Then Doku Cabal, will you both go ahead? Well, Doku, are you okay with this plan?
That is the
Yeah.
crux of it.
Yeah. Then that sounds good to me. So Doku and Cabal, you can use your invisibilities, as I both know you have some. And then the next thing that I will do is say, I need you both to go ahead and make me stealth checks. Though Cabal, do you have any way to? First off, how far is your teleportation? Second off,
I have Misty Step, so I think it's about 30 feet.
okay, yeah. Keep in mind that you are definitely more than 30 feet below the ground. So you may have to climb if you don't have wall climbing up the rope that descended the elevator. Which in doing so is fine, but if you are going to have to do so, you'll also have to make an athletics check.
I'll do my best.
Okay. And then you can roll stealth, both of you.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, so Yes, so I presume we are probably first going invisible and then stealthing and then climbing up.
Yeah. So basically, pop your invisibilities, roll your stealth checks, and then Cabal will need to roll an additional athletics check because Doku can just literally walk up the side of a wall, and and Cabal, I don't believe so. Not yet, anyways.
Yeah. And since we're invisible, I believe we make this an advantage. So
Yes. Well, actually, no. So stealth doesn't give you advantage. It just basically means that you cannot be detected through vision.
okay.
Your stealth
Never
rolls
mind.
are still your stealth rolls are still impacted by that, but you can't be caught because of that.
Okay. I rolled a 13.
Hey, look at that.
A 13.
I have a +9 to stealth. Why do I have a 13?
That's okay. And Cabal, what did you roll?
21.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Well, Doku, both of you guys. Oh, and then Cabal, go ahead and make me that athletics to see if you can actually climb the thing.
Well, first, Cabal will kind of, as we make it to the elevator shaft, he will sort of just angle his head upwards, find a suitable, probably ledge or something to teleport onto, and then he'll simply shimmer up there. Not shimmy, shimmer, as he vanishes more than he already is, and then reappear up there. And as he does, and as he kind of rests upon the landing, he will attempt to make an athletics check, though his frame is rather lithe and not very muscular.
I
So,
will say this is not a difficult check.
I say as
Looks
that
like it's a
happens.
difficult check.
What did you just get?
I got a 2.
Okay, well, it's a little harder than a 2.
Unfortunate.
Well, Cabal, your attempts to actually climb up, you attach yourself on to the cord, the metal wiring that holds it in, and your grip, whether it's that you're literally rusted or that you just can't find any penchants, you cannot hold yourself up and begin sliding down the rope.
As he slides down, he just goes, "Uh-oh,
Uh-oh.
uh-oh."
Well, Doku, it's all you.
Can I grab onto
Cabal.
Cabal? Try and pull him up. Try and pull the hunk of metal up.
We'll be able to see each other even though we're invisible still.
No, you can't see each other. Neither of you have C invisibility, so you just hear clank, clank. Uh-oh. Yeah, no,
It's
Doku,
the sound
if
of
you
metal slipping along metal cord.
This is not ideal.
So Doku, the only way that you'd really be able to carry Cabal up with you is if you succeed a strength check, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think you could do it then, because Cabal is a metal being, and even though he has a lighter
And pretty
frame,
heavy, yeah.
I would assume he's pretty heavy, so if you're gonna scout, you're gonna go up alone.
I see.
Or it's just going to take a while for Cabal to get up.
Yeah, or it'll take 10 minutes for Cabal to get up on top of that. I will let you take 10 to make it work.
I shall.
Okay.
So, as a reminder,
can
don't
I
forget
help?
to take 10 with your -1 to athletics.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Even then,
Yeah, then it
actually,
comes out
fuck.
to, yeah, no, taking 10 just needs to come out to a 9.
Oh yeah, no, that still wouldn't work. Yeah.
Can I help?
How?
Well, I can at least figure out. Hold on, let me restate this. The main issue is man needs to climb rope. Yes.
Man needs to climb rope.
Presumably, I'm strong. I'm a strong little gobbledygoo.
Presumably, I am strong.
I could potentially lift him up or carry him on my back essentially while I climb the fucking
hey,
rope.
Celeste
Even though that's not
resubscribed.
how you should. That's
Welcome
not how
back.
you should do that. But potentially carry him up the rope. Once he gets to the top, slide back down because I'm not invisible.
That's weird, but because of your weird goopy body, that could work. Also, thank you, Celeste. Hello.
Yeah, Celeste resubscribed
Hi,
and
Celeste.
wished us all a fun session.
No.
Indeed. Valen, I'm gonna allow that because it's just weird enough that it kind of makes it work. You're goop. You're goop. Now, I will say though, and this is the thing, this is an important thing. Doing that may end up damaging the elevator wires because you are a goopy, gloppy being and you are carrying yourself up it. It might fuck it up a little bit.
I can always solidify, but I don't mind.
Okay, give it a shot. Go ahead and make your own athletics check. This one's gonna be
15.
higher. Okay. Mhm.
Cabal's riding the Goop Express up the elevator.
I can help.
Resistance will be welcome in this scenario.
We'll make the goop. Let's see. So you got a 15.
Yeah.
Carrying yourself up there wasn't going to be a hard check, and carrying Cabal needed to be at least a 15. So I'll allow it, though it's very difficult. Doku, you make your way up, I assume.
Yep.
Yeah, you make your way up. As I'm assuming the amalgam will then walk forward, feel around to find Cabal, and then eat him.
No. What I imagined was, it's gonna be uncomfortable as fuck, but piggyback style is what I was imagining.
And then you're just gonna goop your way up.
Yes.
I suppose that works. Okay,
Yeah,
Cabal.
Cabal will walk over when Valen's over by the elevator wire, and he'll like grab the shoulders question mark and ride him up.
Question mark.
Okay.
That's fair. Nevertheless, the ascent. I didn't think this would take this long. The ascent up the elevator shaft is, albeit slightly difficult, but not impossible. And as you make your way up, Valen disposes of the extra weight and then gloops her way back down, I assume.
Pretty much.
Cabal, you have made it to the top. Doku, congratulations, you were already there.
Excellent.
Doku.
As Valen makes her way back down, Cabal will remark to a Doku, that one's amorphous nature is curious.
Yeah, she's weird.
Valen,
Interesting.
you can hear this, by the way, Valen. Like, your descent is slow enough. Like,
What do I need to roll to cry?
That'd be will for that'd be a wisdom save. For mental.
That'd be using your depression stat.
Yeah, that'd be your depression stat. Oh my gosh. You just hear a faint going down the
Look, Valen's
elevator.
becoming more human by the day.
Wow.
I rolled a few laser beam.
Now there is one issue that I would like to remind you all of. You don't know what it's like on the outside, but I will tell you just straight out the gate, without even a perception check, you can hear a lot of movement outside the elevator. It's not directly there. They're not like trying to get it open, but it's more along the lines of they're not quite sure what's going on. You hear a bunch of muffled confusion kind of going on, but it's not immediately there. The reason I say this is because the door is closed, and even though you're invisible, you would still have to open it. Now, mind you, elevators with no power, elevator doors, they're actually not that hard to open. This is more along the lines of if you open the doors, they might see you. Well, quote unquote, see you.
They'd see the movement of the elevator door.
Yeah, they'd see the elevator door
You
open.
would give away the game.
Now, I leave up to you who wants to do the first open, because if you do want to check it out, you're more than welcome to.
Hmm. Where is the elevator? Wait, we're inside the elevator shaft?
You're basically at the landing where the elevator would stop to open the elevator doors. So you're right there. You just need to open them.
Hmm. Uh,
We could also listen to see like if the guards outside are like moving around.
You can make a perception check.
Yeah.
So yeah, Cabal will kind of not only place his head next to the doors, but he'll definitely walk up to the doors, place a hand, and kind of like just casually listen.
Yeah, go ahead and make perceptions.
And Cabal rolls a 5 as his audio
It's like, I hear
receptors
your
are
new
not
skills are not
quite
proficient
picking
yet.
up things up. Yeah.
He's booting up.
He needs to
What it is.
update his drivers.
Yeah, he's out of date.
He's
And I
he's
have
still run- he's
headphones,
still
so I
running.
rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8, okay. You remember the
Remember-
really successful stealth mission we had just a few sessions ago where like Doku was like, yeah, 82.
No, sorry, I kind of blanked that out.
Yeah. Oh man. Anyways, the movement that you hear isn't much different the closer you get. You know that there are people nearby. You don't know how many, and you don't know where exactly they are. Doku, with your memory of the area you came into, you would probably assume that they're in the lobby, maybe, but they also could be right in front of the door. You're not quite sure. There's a lot going on.
Well, I have a small plan. I could that we can use to actually see the people. So Cabal has Misty Step.
Mm-hmm.
So Cabal could just teleport to the outside, to like into the elevator area or the lobby area.
You would have to be able to see it.
Yeah, you'd have to be able to see it, so you'll still have to open the door to do it.
Even just a crack, you'll still have to open.
Yeah, exactly. Just a crack. It doesn't have to be all the way.
Okay. Well, then in that case, we can just climb up toward where the elevator actually is. Climb into the little hole that's on top of the elevator, and just click the button to the floor we want to go. And it'll just be like, oh, weird, the elevator's open. Someone must have hit all the buttons.
The one problem with that is the elevator requires 2 forms of pass and identification to get working.
Yeah,
The only reason why we were able to get down here is because we did basically fast forward it.
Yeah, you guys remember, you wrote down the password that you remembered from a vision, and then you got a key card. So, to be fair, the elevator does still work on the upper floors, but if you then raise the elevator to the upper floors, you would have no way to get back down to the lower floor.
Yes.
Well, little crack, Misty Step? Question mark.
That could be our best bet. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Doku can make the small crack. He has them. What are they
I
called?
won't even. Yeah, I won't even really make you make a roll or anything on that because you're. I'm assuming you're just invisible and cracking the elevator door open slightly. They're not going to hear. So yeah, if you want to, Cabal, you're more than welcome to.
Yes. Once the little crack in the elevator door is made, Cabal goes on through, says to Doku, "I will be right back," and then teleports.
Okay. All right. Now, I will say through the crack that you can see, though it's not much, you can definitely see some silhouettes. From where you are, it's the staff station, and then the lobby, and then the outside. That's
Real-
pretty much all you can see. Also, yes.
Real quick before you cast Misty Step.
Yeah.
Just to double check. Is your invisibility going to go away as soon as you cast another spell? Is it that type of invisibility that you have?
I forget.
Because I can already
I
see
think
it now.
it's
You
like
cast invisibility and then, or you cast Misty Step, and the invisibility goes away.
spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. Okay, so
It's not greater invisibility.
I think what I can do, what I think I can do is I don't think I would. I don't think casting visibility right out the gate would be the best idea. Like going up the elevator shaft, but trying to teleport through and then casting it, could that work?
The only issue is you've already cast the spell. However, I won't necessarily be a giant dick. I'm okay with retconning that little bit, but the only issue is that you would still have to Misty Step, and then you would also still have to go invisible. And if you Misty Step and they see you, going invisible won't necessarily stop the hail of gunfire that might happen because a robot has just appeared suddenly in front of potentially armed guards.
Okay, so Hmm.
Might I make a small suggestion, potentially?
I
Yes.
do have 5 familiar if I can throw that out there, but yes, what is yours?
Because Misty Step says a location you can see within range. Is
Mhm.
there like another room or something they can see? I know accidentally because you're waffle, you were describing it all. That was only because I wanted to cut off before Jake was like, "All right, cool." Misty.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yes, good idea.
Hey Haven, thank you for lurking. So yeah, no. Thank you, Yin, because I was absolutely gonna tear that invisibility away. I was sitting there like, so Yin did save someone there. Describing the room again, just so I'll go over the whole thing. Just opening a crack, you can really only see the exit to this staff station here. Though just from memory, you would know that to the left is one of the main exits, and to the right, just from where you were last time, at least Doku may be able to remember this. Even just entering here, there was like a small janitorial area. The only issue is that it's all kind of like an open floor plan, but it's definitely not out in the open. So if you wanted to give it a shot, you still did roll a stealth roll that was pretty decent. I don't think casting a spell that makes no noise would really hinder that. So if you're gonna go anywhere, I would probably say going towards the right may be your best bet, but you could always open the elevator doors a little more to see where everyone is before making a blind jump.
That is actually a good idea. What Cabal will do is he will turn to Doku and say, "Open these doors a slight bit more."
And he will.
I see anything else as he does so.
Yeah, and you're captured. No, I'm kidding. You would actually, just by opening it, how much more are you opening it? Like, are you just going to open it to full, or are you just going to open it a little bit more? Because, things are going kind of weird right now. So I will say that the guards aren't necessarily looking your way.
Like, what, 2 inches?
Sure, we'll make that work. That doesn't really change what you can see. But what you can do is you can absolutely see that there are guards nearby. In fact, it seems like all of the guards from this area uh, have kind of all gathered at the main hospital. They're at this point, because it's open, they're not talking quietly. You can kind of hear what's going on. And they're all pretty freaked out. You overhear one of the guards go, "I didn't like this place to begin with. All right, it was creepy, it was weird, and then it was burnt out, and that made it creepier. Okay, but now all the lights are on. We should just go." And then a more older orcish man kind of goes in and goes, "Ah, you're a bitch." Smack. But, shut up. We're not leaving. But it's clear that people are on high alert.
You said that not far from the exit was a
Basically,
is there-
from where you are, on your left is the main lobby and then the exit to the hospital. On your right, it goes deeper into the staff rooms and also, like, how do I put this? Small, like, I don't want to say like staging areas. Like when you go to the
okay.
hospital, they're like, "All right, we're gonna pull you into this room and get your weight and your temperature and all that." Uh, the small little observation rooms are to the right.
Okay. What Cabal will do is he'll turn to Doku and say, there are staging areas to the right. I believe I can attempt to teleport there.
Okay. I'll be waiting here then.
With this patrol, we need to be out of sight as much as possible. But yes, I shall return shortly. And with that, now calculating the risk a bit more confidently, now Cabal will teleport towards the right, more towards the station areas. And presumably, right after he does, he will then maneuver himself around the corner and out of sight of the guards.
Yeah, and I'm assuming you are Misty stepping over there, yeah?
Yes, Misty stepping.
Okay, well, with a quick little Misty step, fizzling in and fizzling out and then fading into existence. Poof.
Yeah.
You manage to make your way
Here.
to the back areas and slipping around very quickly. I need to make some rolls to just make sure that no one caught you out of the corner of their eye, but because of everything going on, it's not going to really be okay. Ooh. That was one off. Okay. Thankfully no one immediately catches your attention. It seems like they're still more focused. Though I will say that before you slipped around the corner, one of the guards went, "What was that?" And followed up by, "Ah, you're just scared. Shut up. Ghosts." Ooh. They're jabbing at each other. But no one seems to be checking. You almost got caught.
Whew.
From
With
here,
that,
yeah, I assume you're using invisibility.
yes, now I will cast invisibility again.
Okay. Oh, the invisibility up. Now where are you doing? What are you doing is the plan?
I can still see the exit, yes?
Yeah,
Just
you can see
easily
the
back around the corner. Okay. What can I see when I peek back down the other way, down the actual corridor?
the corridor. Which one? Are you talking like
In the,
into the lobby
yes.
or down this way? Well,
Either or.
yeah, well, just a general overview of the area from where you're at. Though you can't see much down this corridor, as this is again like a staging area, you can't really see into the back areas of the hospital. This is kind of the backmost part of that initial intake station. Looking out into the lobby, you can see that to your left there is a pathway that leads to residential rooms. Um, because for the people who remember session one, there was a whole bit where some dude exploded in one of those residential rooms. Now, other than that, though, there is for this pretty sizable area, you can see the main outdoor campus that most of the guards that were positioned out there, while some of them are still outside, it seems that the forces that are actually at this main hospital are the ones from this main hospital. So, getting a
Okay.
quick count, there's probably like 6 or 7 of them.
Just 6 or 7 individuals or 6 or 7?
6 or 7 individuals.
Okay. Including the guards that are inside, or
The guard. Well, those are the ones that are inside. Yes, so those are the
okay.
guards inside. You don't know how many more are actually out there.
Okay. So the guards are inside. There are how many of those again? Just so I can tally them up.
No, it's okay. There are 7 guards that you can count just flat out on the main lobby of this ruined hospital. You know that there are more outside.
All
Now,
right.
Doku, what are you doing at this point? Are you also stepping out, or are you just holding the elevator?
I'm just holding the elevator, kind of waiting, you know.
Remembering my 13 stealth. Nah, I'm just fucking with. Um,
But
Now,
I do have the attention span of a Doku, so
I do
if
love a Goku. That's true.
if it takes too long, he is gonna move.
Hmm. Well, I leave that to you if you want to slip on out. From what you can tell, they are more focused on each other, albeit with Cabal bolting out. It may have been a little bit more suspicious, but because they are more focused on their conversation, they are rolling with disadvantage. I will just say that.
Okay.
Except one of them, who's rolling with advantage because he firmly believes that there is something happening.
Well then, Doku doesn't even know where Cabal is now since he is invisible.
That's true. I
So
will
it's
say that you aren't immediately exposed if you step out. Like, obviously you're invisible. If you open the elevator enough so they can see it, the doors are gonna slam back together. It's not gonna necessarily be loud. Um, and you could always just close it on your own. But you are small enough, and the nurses' station that's kind of there, like the lobby entrance is big enough that you could literally just sit under the desk. Like I can make that clear.
Invisibility ends. Doku sits on the floor. Please help Doku find his parents.
Please help Joker find his parents.
It's 5 o'clock. Where are your children?
It's 5
Stop.
o'clock. Do you know where your Doku is?
Doku, we
uh
can't find them.
yeah, I'm Doku's gonna slip out. I'm taking the chance.
We're gonna Doku.
Doku gonna Doku.
Okay, sounds good. Now I get to roll again.
Ooh.
Most of these are going to be fine. They're more focused on what the hell's going on. There's that one guy, though. That one guy. And doot, doot, and doot. Now the advantage, gentlemen. Ah, good. Of course. Of course. My rolls are in full swing today. Ah, Doku, you're fine. I don't even want to talk about the 2 nat ones I just rolled. So I hate my life. Anyways, um, uh, opening up the elevator, you slip yourself outside, and you're able to get a pretty clear picture of what's going on. And even the more nervous of the guards is more focused on looking back where he thought he saw Cabal, more than looking at the elevator. So they don't even notice that the thing opens and closes. You are now out in the lobby.
It's all go to
What
the
are lobby? Let's all go to
Let's
the
go to the lobby.
Doku. What are you doing in the lobby?
Let's go to the lobby to knock
Gonna get
ourselves some
myself
heads.
beat.
So Doku, what are you doing now that you're out?
Um, so the whole thing was like looking around for what the whole floor looks like, right?
Or
Yeah,
just to see how
get a
the,
general idea if you can how it's going out there to see if you can escape.
what the guard presence looks like, that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, Doku is going to. I don't have a pen or paper, so I can't write anything down. But he's just gonna take note of the room's layout and kind of like gauge in each room, trying to remember in every room how many guards there are.
Right now, the guards that you all see are in just the main lobby. They're all just kind of like circled around each other talking. From your angle, you can see they are armed. They all have rifles.
Ah, guns.
Guns.
Ah, guns.
So while you guys are up there, I'm going to turn my attention back to the people in the basement. Genevieve, can you make me a perception check, please? Genevieve.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I stepped away for a second to go close a window.
You're okay. You're okay. Can you make me a perception check, please?
Okay.
And actually, Eugene, I also need a perception check from you.
My perception, it's a 7.
I'm curious
Matt,
why.
I think he called you yesterday. Or
Yeah, no, you fucking ate all of our good rolls, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I
Okay,
consumed all the
curious
nat
why
20s
it's
yesterday. I
your
apologize.
perception. I'm curious why it's specifically yours and Eugene's perception.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. Eugene,
Uh,
what was your perception roll?
1. Not a natural 1. I rolled a 2, but I got a 1.
So now we cried.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh boy, time of the 5 invisible stalkers.
No, well, kind of, but no. You don't notice it. Is at first, and with those perception rolls specifically, what comes gives you a bit of a shock as Genevieve, you feel a frigid cold hand drape over your shoulder.
Slowly turn around. What else can I do in this instance?
Yeah. As you turn around, there is no one there.
oh, surprise!
But then you hear a quick whisper catch your ear, and it snakes around. And Eugene, you're a bit of a special case. You have a similar thing. Nothing that I want to reveal just quite yet. But you can hear this too, and you're not sure why. As whispered into both of your ears, you hear a very faint, "You found me." I don't
Bitch,
know.
where?
Yeah. Bitch, where?
There's nobody here.
That's true.
Does Eugene actually say this out loud?
Yeah?
I like to imagine that. Yeah, absolutely.
So
Freaking.
Primrose is just gonna go, what did you say? Huh?
You didn't hear that?
Wait, you heard that too?
Hear what? What?
Oh,
What?
great, ghost.
So,
Wonderful.
I want to
Ghosts.
find you.
This is why I stuck to physical sciences. Okay, we got another instance of
Yeah, Cal,
paranormal activity.
Cal,
Why are we
somewhere.
always haunted?
Like, did somebody say ghosts?
Somebody say ghosts?
Goo-goo-goo
That's true.
ghosts?
Cal is here. Wait a minute.
Yes, Cal is still there.
I need Cal for a moment. This is perfect. I should have had Cal make a. You know what? Roll up on Cal's sheet because he's not technically gone yet. Go
Yes.
ahead and roll a perception on Cal's sheet too.
No, Cal is dead. Cal is
Cal
dead.
just
He
exploded.
evaporated.
This is how he dies.
Cal is dead heart attack.
This is
Warmed up
how he
by
dies. He
Goku.
gets it's the ghost that ends up taking him.
He ends up getting abducted by ghosts. Well, I didn't roll much
he
better. I got a
doesn't see
9.
Oh my god. All right. Well, you have a very different case because I completely blanked Cal. I forgot. You can see these. Uh, even with that, while you're not quite sure where it is, you or because you did hear this too, mind you, Cal. But one thing in particular that strikes you at that moment in time is you can see it, albeit very faintly. There's this staticky apparition that's floating its way around between Eugene and then, well, when it first spoke, it was Genevieve. Then when it put its hand on, sorry, you saw it touch Genevieve's shoulder. You saw it whisper into Eugene's ear. And then it vanishes and appears directly in front of Cal. And looks closely. Its form distorted and static, not all there. It then turns around and drifts itself closer towards Genevieve once again. And you feel a frigid cold on your wrist. Genevieve, I need a wisdom saving throw from you, please.
Oh lord.
Oh, lucky 7.
$11. It's about
Oh
tracks.
dear.
That about tracks.
God, it's the ghosts. It's always the ghosts.
It's always these wisdom
This
saves.
is why I stuck to physical sciences.
You feel your hand wrench up against your will, as if something has grabbed you and then yanked. Specifically, the hand that was holding the crystal box, or rather the crystal itself. Now,
Uh-oh.
shaking it and grabbing you, you hear once again, also, Celeste has redeemed a self-care.
Wonderful.
Hey.
Please take care of yourselves. Upon grabbing at your hand, it attempts to yank and tear this box free. And due to that poor save, it does. And it clatters to the floor. And at this point in time, it shatters.
What?
A crystal or a plate?
Not the crystal, the
Box.
glass around it.
Okay.
Can I try
Now-
to quickly snatch it up?
What did the ghost say? Is like, you found me or
Said
it found?
You
No,
found.
it said nothing about
Okay.
found, right? I thought it was
It
just
said
like
found.
released.
No, it said you found me. It was very hard to hear because whispering on Discord
Well,
doesn't help.
the thing is, it's you go like so close to your mic that it sounds like.
It also gets
Hi,
static.
how's it going?
You found me.
How's it going?
Who is you? Where are you? What's
Now,
uh
I will say, Primrose, how close were you? Because you said you wanted to try and catch the thing before it hit the ground.
Yeah, because the people that are not with Cabal and Doku or back like under the basement still, or in the basement rather, we're still like a group. We're still like grouped up.
Well, yeah, to my memory, you guys were a little scattered, but for the sake of
Hmm.
being a little fair, I'll go ahead and say you can try and make. This is a weird thing to try and figure out. Yeah, I would say athletics. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy, I would sure love to try and grab it, but I won't.
That's a 13.
Yeah, no. Primrose, you attempt to dash under and do like a baseball slide to try and catch it, and as you do, it goes poof. No, Ditto, you cannot use wheel. You're in the
not
session.
on myself.
I know
Not on myself.
I know not on yourself, but
No,
if you're
it's not for players.
yeah, it's only for
Also,
viewers.
never even talked with Matt whether or not he'd be okay with that being used in his games. So, yeah.
I would be fine with it, I will say, but regardless of that, yeah, you attempt a baseball slide basically to try and catch the thing, and as you do, it literally goes flying across the room and clatters. The crystal is on the ground.
Can I
exposed.
go pick up the bear crystal after its crash?
Well, there's only one issue with that.
Go ahead.
The staticky silhouette that Kaladin sees now begins to take proper shape. And it's a familiar one at that. It's the shape of the tiefling girl whom you all witnessed the first night that this district fell under siege, and slowly manifesting themselves into the room, they begin to take a strange, misty form. It's it. God damn it, Yin! It's 10 p.m. Do you know where you're doing? God damn it! That looks really good.
Like it's the original, by the way.
That I was going to say that looks really good. I'm mad at you. Regardless of that, the spirit takes form, and standing before you is a younger woman, definitely not a child, bound in relatively modern clothes with some natural accessories, a crown of thorns and and the like, some of those. Nothing outward. This is the first time you've ever been so close to this thing, at least without it jumping around. And as it moves forward towards the rest of you, it floats over and looks at each of you and smiles. It's a faint smile, if not a little devious.
Oh, there.
Oh, there you are.
Now I found you.
Does raise the question of how she was in the plaza if she was supposed to be in the crystal, but you know, questions.
That's true.
Yeah, you know.
Can I call out and say, if my vision doesn't deceive me, you are the daughter of Alsar King, correct?
The figure vanishes, appears behind you, Primrose. And you only know this because of your... Yeah, yeah, immediate death. No.
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 You Shindiru.
Primrose, this is interesting for you because you felt a chilling presence. And I will say that the moment that crystal shattered, a frigid chill tore through the entire room. This place is freezing. You can see your breath. It slinks around and stares at you. She doesn't say anything at first. And then eventually stops and stares directly at you and goes, "The good doctor."
The good doctor? Is that what she said?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
We have a doctor among us. Do you require
She
help?
just immediately waves her hand in front of you and then puts a hand on your chest and goes, "Good doctor." And then she turns to Genevieve and, moving closely...
Bad doctor.
Bad doctor.
Not wrong.
No. She shakes her head and then just kind of drifts over towards the rest, once again towards the center, and staying near the crystal, I will say, is actually more so where she positions herself. She can't seem to grab it on her own, but she kind of motions you all to get closer.
I'll never do so.
No.
No!
No, never mind. No,
That's
never mind.
No, that's a very smart reason. Marquis seeing a ghost who
No,
we need to.
okay, I
We-
was willing to make some pauses on the robot that, again, might I remind us all, was trying to kill us.
Yeah.
Now a ghost is telling us to get closer?
This
No
is
offense.
this
Ghost
is
Valisar.
as
It is also the ghost that set fire to
yeah.
locations.
I was gonna say like
No.
this might be Alsar's daughter. This is also the little girl that burnt down this very hospital. We don't know what her intentions
Also, a
are.
hospital that experimented on children
I follow the ghost.
inhumanely.
Yet she took the entire fucking district with her too.
I play on gambles. I'm not doing that.
That might have been an accident. I'm willing to forgive that.
Can I try an insight check to see if this is something possibly malicious?
That's an
You
idea.
know
I'm gonna
what?
walk forward.
Yeah, go for it. Okay, so we have people walking forward. We have Val and
I
Eugene
follow.
walking forward, and we have Cal. So here's how I'm gonna play this out. You guys are gonna get there closer and closer. The people who are going, the people who are not going. Good job, Cal. Go ahead. You can make that insight check on Cal. By the way.
All right. What the hell is going on? 9.
I called it yesterday, dude.
Can I call out
I
You
the
really
people
did
that
don't
are
like
going?
that thing.
Can I call
I have
out?
cursed everyone here.
What did you say, Prim?
Can I call out to the people that are going and say, "Wait, hold on."
I don't. Think
And I will direct my voice then to the tiefling apparition and say, we don't want any trouble. We don't want you to hurt us, and we don't want to hurt you.
The only
We're
real
just trying to
question now
reunite
is whether
you
or not
with your father.
What? Wait. Okay. Wait. One at a time here. Marquis, what did you say before I get to what Primrose
Sorry,
said?
I was trying to fucking whisper under my breath. It's basically I said the only real question now is whether people will stop because you forget you're dealing with Eugene who goes haha lol funny into the stupid thing.
Yeah, into
No,
the
I'm
fire.
fine.
I'm
I'm
not
calling out. I'm
stopping.
just...
You can do it as I'm walking forward, but I won't stop.
That's true.
Same.
That's fine.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
just calling
stop.
out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just wanted to say that.
Yeah, understandable. Well, she looks to you, Primrose, and then as you're speaking, she raises an eyebrow when you mention her father. And though it's faint and hushed, you hear a very somber gone now. And then you look.
Her father went to get milk?
Damn.
What did you say?
Gone now.
Gone.
Gone now. Yeah. Went to
Oh,
get.
I
What
thought
I
you
mean,
said
to Eugene, that might
milk.
sound like the
I was
same
like,
thing.
what?
From gone now.
Went to get.
Gone wild.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about my father. Shut up.
Oh god. Anyways, I don't even think Eugene knows anything about his dad. Either way, we'll get to that.
Does. Shut up.
Okay. Oh wait. Yes, he totally does.
I'm
We
gonna
work.
kill all of you.
Okay. Anyways, in fact, I will say we've seen more of Eugene's family than anyone else's family. Do you remember Eugenia?
No.
You don't remember
No? Huh?
Eugenia Powers?
I
The
remember.
very first session where where the in the vision, their
In the
great grand
hospital.
in the hospital, uh, Eugene's great grandmother was like, "Why don't you visit me more?"
Oh
Ah,
yeah.
yes.
Wow. That's
I
that's a
just
That's a
fucking
deep
remembered
cut.
that.
that's a
deep
deep
cut.
cut. I had completely forgotten.
I completely forgot too until I thought about this exact thing happening. Anyways, the spirit shakes her head and goes, "Gone now, different, and cold."
Your father still very much loves you. We can
No, I don't
tell,
think it's a
even without
matter of
asking.
I don't think it's a matter of cold, Rose. I think it's the fact that she's saying that there's been something intrinsically changed.
Yeah, I understood that.
But no, what the only reason why I'm saying that is because the way that you said that was like, I'm certain that he still loves you. I'm just like, no, I think she's getting at something different here.
What if
I,
she's
I didn't say
being...
I'm sure he still loves you, like I guess he still loves you. I'm saying I know he still loves you because how he talks about her.
But that doesn't change the statement that I was saying. It's not a matter of whether or not, they love the daughter or not. It's a matter of the fact that I think what she's trying to get at is she thinks that Alisar isn't coming back from whatever
Oh, like
to
physically.
him. Yet, or
I see.
mentally.
I was gonna say she might be being more literal.
I think she means more in like the sense of, and this is why I was trying to fucking say, in the sense of there's been something that's changed in him mentally. You know,
Hmm.
like
I think
Alisar
he
is.
just
Oh,
needs
yeah.
soup.
I mean, the separation from his daughter and wife certainly did that.
I'm not talking about that. I mean like literal, like literally something's happened to his mind.
They melted
Oh.
his brain and turned it into soup.
And that would help explain what happened at the party. Anyways,
That wasn't.
No, it's okay. I love the theory crafting, everybody. It's making me very happy. seeing people figure things out makes me happy.
I mean,
No, I wasn't trying to theory craft like there. I was just trying to fucking be like, this is what I was trying to say. Like, I wasn't saying what you said was wrong in character. I was explaining what I was trying to get at because there can be like a bit of a miscommunication.
Regardless,
he did look. We did seem kind of depressed even before the party.
the spirit at this point stops talking after mention of her father. When she says it's cold, it's cold, looks down at the crystal and kind of crouches down beside it, just not necessarily pawing at it, but at first attempting to grab it and failing, and again and failing.
I want to pick it up.
Oh. Never mind.
Well, actually, Valen, here's the thing with that. As you reach towards the thing, there's a very sudden surge. Not only is it like you're magnetically repelled from it, Rhea in her fractured form looks at you and glares, and as you do, the arm you've outstretched literally begins to fall apart. Go ahead and actually roll on your malfunction sheet for me.
Okay.
As you are blasted
Yeah,
back about 15 feet.
I was gonna also offer to pick it up, but more as in like here, I'll hold it up at the height you want it to be at, as
Yeah.
if it's in your grasp.
That is
But
fair. You can still try. It's just that with seeing Valen reach,
You probably want to do that.
yeah, it definitely scared it. Roll on your malfunctions table for me, please.
16.
Which is?
My body is empowered by magical genesis for the duration of combat. I gain +4 to my strength and con scores.
That's actually pretty solid. On top of
it
that,
doesn't sound like a
yeah,
malfunction.
yeah. Well, it's a good or bad, but here's the thing. That
Okay.
actually is hysterical because you were absolutely charged with something that blasted you back. It actually like totally overcharged your body, and while you
Yeah.
reform very quickly, you were still blasted back like 20 feet, honestly,
So,
against one of the walls.
Should I actually add the 4 to my scores for because it's combat, not
Combat's
combat?
not starting, but I was just curious. No,
I
you
know,
don't
but
have to add them.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Eugene, after seeing that response, you see in the eyes of Rhea that she's definitely protective of this thing.
Yeah.
And are you still gonna attempt to to make your way over?
I don't think I could survive my arm getting blasted off as easily as our goopy friend could.
To be fair, their arm didn't blow up. It literally deconstructed. I should have said that.
It fell apart.
Yeah. It literally fell apart. It wasn't like blasted off. It literally just because of Valen's makeup, it rejected it.
You know who could get blasted out of their shell? Me and Primrose is gonna walk forward calmly and gently and try to,
I don't think this
as
is
she
going to work out
approaches.
in a way that you're hoping it
Yeah,
will.
there's that. And there's also the fact that Eugene would be a little bit closer, so you might want to give them a
Well,
chance to react first.
well, yeah. I'm gonna say, Eugene, just be careful.
I mean, I wasn't planning on picking it up. I'm gonna look at her and look at the crystal and look at her and look at the crystal and look at her. I
So
don't know.
I'm not actually gonna pick it up. I'm just gonna say, okay, just everyone calm down. Rhea, we don't plan on hurting you or destroying this crystal in any way. And in fact, we were planning on keeping it very safe. In fact, as safe as we possibly can to exactly avoid any harm to it and to you. Can you trust us on that? I will attempt to make a persuasion check with my -1 con. Or
Oh
sorry,
yes, my
charisma.
persuasion with my constitution, of course.
I meant to say charisma.
I know,
I
but
know
it's
you did. I like to imagine I flex my muscles. Like, actually, no, I
That's a
flex.
7.
Oh my!
Once more, at this point, as you approach, she kind of stands or like clambers to her feet and steps between you and the crystal and blasts you back 20 feet. Again, just like
Okay.
keeping it away, and then she shakes her head and goes, "Alone again. Alone."
You're not
as
alone.
the
We
kids
found
say,
you,
I think
remember?
we
You
should
said
just
yourself.
let her
I
cook.
I I'll show you what it means to be alone in the dark again. And with a clap,
No, I'm good. I've been there. I don't need to go there.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
there
Please.
is a surge. And it starts small, and like an EMP, it explodes outwards. In that moment, one by one, the lights begin to flip off, the power begins to flip off, and more than that, the magic in the area begins to flip off. And for the people who are above ground, you would notice this first as your invisibility spells begin to flicker and die, as the lights begin to shatter above you, one by one, as this wave of force knocks you all basically on your ass, and the lights go out, the power goes out again, and Cabal and Doku, your invisibility no longer works.
Decision compromised.
Oh no!
At that point, you hear the guards up top for the party up there go, "What the hell was that? I told you it was haunted. I hate this. I hate this, and I hate you." Smack. Shut up.
Oh my
As
god.
As
They're
this is
gonna
going
break
on,
up
Kabal
tonight, I know they are.
will like peek over to and say, "To me, quickly."
to Doku, yeah.
Yeah, Doku's gonna run over to Cabal.
You're gonna sprint over with a 13. Let's see.
Well, before Doku does that, Cabal will first Cabal will observe the guards, and he'll actually motion to Doku to pause, like just before he moves. Because I want to observe the guards a little bit first, just before he moves.
Doot, 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 doot. Interesting. Boop. 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 The guards begin to scatter. Even then, with that stealth check is still in play, even though your invisibility dropped, Doku, your sudden panic at losing your invisibility, you clamber up a little sloppy. And though the guards that rolled, none of them happened to have dark vision, they still did roll with disadvantage, and two of them spotted you.
Can I do something in reaction
Do you
to that?
have a reaction? Because they haven't necessarily done anything to you yet, but you do hear, there! A little one! There it is! Get it!
Uh, um, I want to do something funny. I want to do it because it's so freaking funny and I have the means to.
Go for it.
So Doug is gonna put something in his mouth. And then he's gonna, do the exorcist crawl
Ugh!
up the wall
That's pretty good.
onto the ceiling, look straight at the people who see him, open his mouth, and out comes a centipede.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
playing on their paranoia. Nice.
that's pretty good. You're gonna need to go ahead and roll me a deception check because you are doing this at 7 armed guards.
Oh boy.
Also, Sully, look over in tavern menu when you have
Yeah.
a chance.
I am a knight, Dr. Genevieve.
I am a knight, Dr. Hunt.
I mean, yeah, no, when you said good doctor, that's immediately what came to mind, and I had to stop myself from saying it.
I hate it.
I am a
hate you.
surgeon!
I am a knight. I am a knight.
Chris alive.
Oh
Doku,
boy.
what was your deception roll?
11.
11.
Oh my god.
11.
How could you? How could you flick? How could you do this to us?
We'll all go home with all the important party members.
Suffering from success.
Oh my god. Okay. Though you attempt to scare them, 2 of them had already spotted you and seeing you, albeit that you hear clicking. They're clicking trying to get their flashlights working. It's not working. But one thing that definitely does. I can't believe I have to roll 7 attacks.
Their guns still work.
Their
Well,
guns
you know what? They got a new
still
party member, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Well, ain't it good that I suck? Okay, but
That's a relief.
We're all rolling low.
What's your AC, Doku?
My AC is a 16.
Okay, so those 2 are the only ones that definitely hit. Okay. A flurry of gunfire sprays out because while it was good to play on their paranoia, you did play on their paranoia unsuccessfully. And in their panic, seeing a shadowy small creature now dropping bugs on them, bullets begin to spray. And as they discharge their rounds, 2 of them do end up landing suit. And I need to just go ahead and roll damage. Boop. Yikes! In the hail of gunfire, it's spraying everywhere throughout the hospital. Several bullets find their way as you take 26 piercing damage.
Yikes.
26.
26.
26.
26.
You want to know what's
Keep
funnier
reading
than
it.
27?
Oh wow. Oh damn.
I don't even know if that's an
Oh.
inside joke or just Yimp saying something
Oh, no.
stupid.
No, it's a stupid
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob joke. Do one know what's funnier than 24? 25.
I did not
God
think
damn
that joke was going to land as
It
hard as
wasn't that funny.
That's the worst bit, isn't it?
I hate you. Anyways, Doku, you've been shot multiple times.
Yes. I will spit blood at them and run a cow.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
At this
Okay,
point, well, not Cal, yeah, Cabal.
The ball, yeah.
Yeah, with the surge, I will say, even the spirits that you hear whispering to you, Cal, when that burst goes out, even they fall silent. And
Oh.
as they do, the spirit of the druid that has been watching over you since you've left leans in close and whispers to you, "This one is hurt. Run." And whoosh is faded out of existence.
With that cavalier, that's yep. We are leaving. We are leaving.
You're gonna want to leave, guys. Meanwhile, Cabal and Doku, I don't know what your intentions are, but there are now 7 armed guards alerted to your presence, with more following suit. I will say you are close enough to justify. Oh, the as you scurry away across the ceiling, Doku, technically they wouldn't get an opportunity attack, as what happened there was more of a reaction, but that would be mean. Let me just roll some opportunity attack. Nah, nothing hit. Good.
If one thing hits, I'm dead.
Yeah. To be fair, you took multiple hits. It wasn't one gun that did 26 damage. You took multiple hits.
Like what, 2?
Yeah, 2 of them hit you.
Yeah, so I'll die.
Yeah. Yeah, no. You do make your way back to Cabal, and magic no longer working. Cabal, you even feel your innate magic, your psionic magic not working. There is definitely something going on. This EMP that basically went off is fucking up everything. And I now ask you two what your intentions are here, because I won't make you roll initiative unless you intend to fight. I assume your intention is to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. Cabal with his vision now like kind of staticky and fuzzy, but still able to just kind of barely see, and his body being powered by somewhat magical or at least magitech sources, becoming a little bit more, I guess, rigid as he's trying to move. We'll turn to wherever Doku is and says, "We are leaving immediately."
Where?
Yeah.
And he will begin. And knowing where the guards are, he will try and find an alternate escape route.
Well, the question here is, I'll go ahead and let you make a perception check, but I will just give to you, the elevator is something you could slide down. That is something you would just know. Granted, it would let everyone else know that where you're going, but you hear the guards go, "Where the hell did it go? Where the hell did it go?"
I mean, we could. Alternatively, we could try and hide from the guards, but I don't know if that's really going to help much.
They are fanning out and they are approaching,
Yeah.
because they definitely saw Doku scurry back in this direction, but
So
they're
I guess
hesitating.
evasive maneuvers.
Yeah, here's the real question. If you want to make a perception check to see where you might be able to go, if you want to find another escape route, I will allow that.
Okay.
Alternatively, the one that you would know is like I said, the freebie that you would know would be going back down the elevator. But make a perception to see if there's anything else.
Okay. Oh boy. I wonder what the roll's going to look like this time.
I also
Yeah, sure enough.
What was it? You can also make a perception, Doku.
I gotta fucking sit.
Oh damn.
I have fucked everyone.
Doku, what's your perception roll looking like? Actually, you just
10.
got shot. Okay, yeah, that's
I
not
didn't
going
even
to
do anything. Didn't even do anything yesterday, and yet he still fucked everyone today.
Oh,
I'm going to go back with all the important party members.
Yeah, this is something. I will say that though that did happen and there was panic, combat is not initiating unless you want to. But they are on the lookout, and if you want to make a mad dash with Doku in arms to the elevator, because neither of you in this panicked moment see any other escape route, you can. But Cabal, you will take shots.
That is okay. I have shield.
That's good. It doesn't work right now.
Never mind, I don't have shield.
I do not have shield.
Would any of us,
I
the
used
other
to have
party
shield.
members, know the layout of this hospital?
Well, to some extent, yes, but majority of you guys, the only one who may have any memory of the place, because Cabal hasn't been here. He knows the general layout of the place, but Marky's an important party member himself. With that though, Doku might be the only one to do it, and in the gunfire that this child is now riddled with shots, not really thinking too good about it right now. So Cabal, are you gonna scoop up Doku and make a mad dash for the elevator?
Well, Cabal will first look to Doku and say, "Our best chance of escaping is back towards the elevator."
But they will find the others.
It must be quick, though. There are a few other options for us at this moment.
Poor Doku just got lit up.
And with that, Cabal will kind of heft Doku up, kind of like shoulder him like a backpack, and just turn to him and just say, "Trust me."
As you stand,
And
I'm assuming you're making the dash, yeah?
yes, Cabal, like getting into his best like runner stance, will immediately sprint past the guards, doing his best to like kind of like slip around them. And I will then attempt to jump down the elevator shaft, trying to grab hold of the wire.
Well, before you do that, time to make some rolls. What is your AC normally, out of curiosity?
Same as Doku's.
Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, looks like. Oh, okay. Well, that was.
And I'm also wearing the undercover vest. So.
God, I rolled the same number.
Also,
Fucking
You are to keep in mind that they are currently in darkness without dark vision, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So they are making all of these rolls with disadvantage, which is why 7 of them shot, 2 hit.
Again?
And yeah, I got again. It's just these 2. I'm actually running my headcanon that it's these 2 that keep making it.
The 2
I have my
semi-decent stormtroopers among them.
Hey,
Yeah, exactly.
If you're alive, they deserve a raise.
Yeah, they get a promotion.
It's Rex and Cody.
So
Yeah.
for you, yes, for you, you get the honorable title of the Dismantler or the Mechanic. You get the honorable title of Child Slayer. The kid killer.
Seeing a larger shadow, this one kind of sparking and slightly illuminated with the surge that happened. They go, "There's another one! Kill it dead!" As they begin to panic fire again, barely being able to see you. Their bullets clatter across the ground, and you keep low, presumably ducking behind as much as you can. But as some of the bullets land suit, you take 22 damage as the shots collide into your metal body. Now go ahead and you would use your action to try and do that, yeah? But yeah, go on.
Yeah, I'm also wearing the undercover vest, which according to this it says piercing damage that you take from firearms is reduced by 2.
Oh right.
Yeah, it's on the modern thing they were using.
Right. So since 2 attacks hit you, we'll reduce that by 4. So you actually took oh damn it, I cleared the number. Well, how much? 18. That's good. 18 shots. Good. Yeah.
I am at half health, but that is okay.
That's pretty solid. Now go ahead and make me a dexterity check. Not a dexterity check, I'm sorry, an acrobatics check to try and grab onto the rope while you're running.
Well, knowing our luck today, I have a feeling
Don't
that this
say
is
that.
going to.
Don't say that.
I have a feeling
roll ready.
that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's not gonna be a good night.
I'm gonna try.
Can we
God
just
damn,
just not roll for the rest of the session?
Pull out pity rolls.
Hey, listen, Cabal, at least you have your backup character, Kaladin.
Cal's still here. Jesus.
Uh,
See. Yeah, thankfully Doku won't be taking this because you're taking up the most of it. Okay.
How far down is it?
About a 60-foot drop.
So 2d6.
It's every 10 feet adds a point of d6.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Every 10.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, okay, now that's infected me. You take 10 falling damage.
Okay, I'm still up.
As
I'm
you,
still alive.
yeah, you
Runs,
are alive.
gets shots
Barely.
at,
Yeah,
jumps, pancakes his fucking metal ass
Yeah.
on the floor with
Yeah,
Doku on his back.
yeah. You do attempt while taking the gunfire, holding Doku close to your metal chassis. You pry open the doors and jump, and as you do, one of the shots hits you in the shoulder, and while you had penchants on the rope, your hands give way, and you begin to fall. And thankfully backwards, so you don't land on Doku.
Yes.
You take the brunt of the fall, and you all downstairs hear a metal. After hearing gunshots distantly upstairs, you hear boom as the elevator collides with metal from up above, because to get up there you did have to go uh through the elevator itself. So I'll even go ahead and say that you guys may even see them so slightly as they both, Doku and Cabal, slide into the elevator and are laying there.
I will say the good thing about fall damage is that after a certain point, you actually can't stack up any more fall damage.
Yep, after
Terminal
20
velocity.
Yes, there's a cap.
yeah, after falling 200 feet. You
Yep.
take
Terminal
20.
velocity. Terminal velocity.
Yes.
Yippee.
And after falling, Cabal, with 1 HP in a dream, will use his forearms and kind of brace himself up a bit before using his miraculous bionic metal legs and try and stand himself up to an upright position. Now, very much sparking and eyes flickering, and now limping out of the elevator, will say, "We are compromised. Must
Shit.
evacuate."
I don't say.
Okay, yes, we should leave. Right
I
now.
will
Well, this is
say
still
that-
happening while the whole ghost shebang is happening, so we still need to sort through that.
Yeah,
We'll
well,
worry
here's the
about that.
thing. When she said, I'll make you all fear the dark again," or whatever she said.
Make
Or
us
I'll make
know
you
what it
feel
feels like to be alone.
in the dark. Yeah. She disappeared. And the crystal on the ground, though the casing is now broken, is humming. It's flickering. So you still have it. You do hear from up above shouting down the elevator shaft, "They went down there! What the hell? There's not supposed to be anything down there. Where did they go?"
The
Right.
fuck is going
It'd be
on?
really good if we could find one of those alternate exits. As she then goes down, scoops up the crystal using one of her gloves. Not even wearing it, like wraps it around it. And just at this point, we need to get out of here right now. Any
Yeah.
I'm going to turn to Marquis to Eugene, to anybody here. So, did anybody find another way out of here, or are we going to have to resort to a shaft, a ventilation? If so, we need to get going out now before we clog the damn things up. Get caught.
I'm gonna activate my X-ray vision to see if that could possibly give us an upper hand in finding an exit.
Can I pick up the funny
But
malfunctioning
they look
robot?
kind of sketchy.
So, yes, so multiple things happened. Yes, Primrose, you can make the you can go ahead and use your X-ray vision, but I will say that earlier Eugene and Marquis did find the escape shafts. Um Tuare is here now, by the way.
Hey.
To catch you up I will get you all caught up as soon as we get this set it up. Yes, the amalgamation can pick up the amalgamation can absolutely pick up Cabal and Doku, who are both fucked up. Eugene, did you say something? Because I heard it, but it got a little muffled.
I found the vents, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something that everyone else already knew about,
Right.
and they're kind of sketchy.
Yeah, no, the
We're gonna-
vents
That
might.
is
we'll
our
have-
only way out.
We'll have to settle for sketchy. Let's get the hell out.
Yeah,
Uh,
settle for sketchy.
Okay, first of all, anybody who feels particularly confident in a potential scuffle or combat, I recommend you go first. The injured go in the middle. The rest of us take up the rear. Let's get out of here.
Agreed.
I can go
Oh.
first since I have my X-ray up.
That's good.
I second. I'm carrying the injured.
Then you can
Yeah,
stick in
give
the
me a
middle.
second. I'm going to oh wait, that's right. Are spells still like funky right now?
Magic is out.
Spells are magic is out right now.
Okay, that's what I want to check. Don't worry about it.
Can't believe it. Who
Uh,
provoked the ghost girl?
The
Oh
ghost,
man, I wonder who did.
ghost girl took
I
the
tried
initiative on this
calming
one.
her, but I'm not very charismatic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, the ghost girl took the initiative on this one.
I see.
Yeah.
So I will say that the ventilation shafts, while they are up a little higher, I won't make it that difficult for you guys. You do hear as you guys are kind of clamoring to get up and get them off, basically to find your escape. That they are definitely rusted out. And you may need some assistance because they go straight up for a bit. So the people who may have some more strength, you may need to get your way up there. Go ahead and see if you can make. Oh no, nah, that wouldn't be very fair, especially because they're angled. Nah, that's fair. I'll save you for now.
Yeah,
I'll
rope.
even save you for now.
Less rolls, please.
Here's what we can do.
Yeah.
Strong person goes up first. Here's some rope.
That is a good point. So send our resident strongies. Also, do remember, Primrose, you can use your intelligence for your athletics checks.
Oh,
Yes,
I
remember?
didn't know that.
Remember, we talked about that because of your suit.
It's not written on my class thing.
Weird. I could have sworn we did that. Well, either way, yes, you can do that. We talked about that.
Okay.
So if Valen is carrying the injured, you can send a Primrose up first. To kind of try and get some rope down. Does anyone have rope?
I have
rope.
rope.
That's
Good.
why I specifically said this, because I
Good.
have rope.
Good. So Primrose, I'm gonna need you to make an athletics check. Remember, roll with your intelligence.
Mhm.
To try and climb up the vent to actually get yourself there.
Okay.
I'm also going to be right back.
Okay.
Wait. Athletics. When you say intelligence, do you mean like roll athletics, which takes my strength bonus, and also add my int bonus, or just the int bonus?
Just
Replace
your
it.
int bonus.
See, my int bonus and strength bonus. Oh, actually.
Roll
Oh, yeah,
d20,
my int
add your
bonus.
Yeah, you can't you just roll d20 and add your int modifier?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll it like an intelligence check.
Yeah, because do you have and plus you're proficient? Oh wait, are you proficient in it?
I'm proficient in athletics.
Then also roll with your proficiency bonus.
Okay, so I'm just gonna roll athletics and add 3. So that's a 15.
Plus your
That's a 12 plus the intelligence bonus is a 15.
and plus your proficiency bonus because you're proficient in
That's
athletics.
already in it.
Oh, okay.
He's crashed twice now.
That's fair. You do make it. Thankfully, it's actually to your benefit that these are a little bit rusty and a little bit jaded because it gives you jaded is not the right word to describe rusted out vents. Doesn't matter. Because
God, I'm
they're a
just
little
so
bit
done
rusty.
filtrating air, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know these vents were heck infinity.
I'm so tired of this, dude. Anyways, it was funny. It was funny, Quest. I don't know why that fucked me up. I just imagined an
know.
air.
Yeah,
why
it's
is
weirdly
Wilson
fitting that
so
a vent
fucking
should have a big sigh.
Anyways, Primrose, you're able with your mechanical body to spring upwards and attach yourself in and slowly crawl your way up the straight shot of the vent with the rope given to you by Marquis and or by Doku, either one. You're able to hoist it down for the others. Now, all of you guys, without needing a roll, because Primrose is basically holding you guys up, you can climb up with the rope one by one. And one by one, I assume you do.
I would like to.
Let's
get the hell out of
yeah,
here.
no, I'm excited to start.
Camper.
As the last person, the last one of
I'm
you. Okay, perfect. Who's the last one out of the vents, or into the vent rather?
Last one in. I'll go.
Probably me. At this point, I just got a gun to survive.
That's fair. Well, with Marquis, you would hear very briefly, what sounds like the clattering of something. You're not quite sure, but you do hear voices getting closer. Like, I had no idea there was a basement to this place. What the hell's going on? Where are they? What was that? As they seem to be descending. But thankfully, you make your way up, and one by one.
Once I hear that, because it's a card and it takes a little bit to flutter down, we're fine. I will take a joker out of my deck of cards and slowly let it float downwards.
Jesus. Oh, good. Tie yourself to
This
the
will
seat of the
only
crime. Mark.
end well.
As you climb yourself up one by one and you make your way into the ventilation shaft, from here it's more angled, but thankfully, again, it's a bit shady, enough that you can get some grip on this thing from the torn up metal. Now I get to roll for some stability checks on this. Boop, boop. Oh, good. Oh. I rolled a 91 on my D100 to see if it would collapse. 50 under it would have. You make your way out of eventually crawling and crawling and crawling. The tunnels are surprisingly sturdy, all things considered. They're reinforced with what you can assume to be concrete. The ventilation itself is just, basic base metal. And though you're crawling and crawling, eventually you do start to see, well, you're not quite sure. It looks like moonlight. Something. It's a little brighter. And then eventually you find yourselves one by one at the end of the grates, and with a push, Primrose, you're able to very quickly jack free the rusted gate and overgrown foliage that is overgrown the overgrown lid, I should say, that has kind of gotten overgrown over the years. And I've said overgrown 3 times. You
And this
push
was just like me with the sortas.
It was just like sortas. Overgrown is my sortas. But you make your way out, and you have found yourself in a strange back alley. Not even an alley, almost like a garden. Um, in in one of the in one of the in one of the districts, you're not quite sure, but you're in some pretty heavy foliage. Definitely not in the wilderness, but you're away from the hospital. Albeit you can see it in the distance. You are all out. With a bloodied and injured Doku, a sparking Cabal. One by one, you would all realize there is still no power in the district. Granted, there wasn't to begin with. But this surge seemingly shut down everything. You can't see the lights on the campus of the hospital. You can't really see much of anything. And it seems as though more vehicles have started pulling up. and there are people outside. You guys are far enough away that seems as you can't really tell what they're doing, but you definitely know that there was some panic. But you made it out. What are you going to do?
Well,
Oh, quick question. Did anybody grab the crystal?
I did.
Oh,
You said
Genevieve
as
did.
much.
Yes.
Okay, I
Yep,
just
Genevieve
wanted
did.
I wanted to make sure I didn't because there was a lot going on. I didn't hear you say that, but I'm sure you did. Makes sense. Okay.
yeah, no,
Cool.
like we took the crystal and left a card.
Good. All right. Doku, you
And
are
the
in.
answer is we should probably go try to get your van.
That is true.
What did you say?
We
Doku,
should go
you
get
are.
her
I s-
van.
I said, yeah. Well, Marquis said we should go get Genevieve's van. The only issue is that you'll have to go back to the sex shop to find the pathway back. But I'm sure with everything going on, frankly, that's not going to be much of an issue because it seems as though all of the guard presence that is located in this district is all heading towards the hospital.
Isn't that a
But
relief?
Doku is heavily injured, and Cabal is not looking great either. I guess my plan, what I should say is, what is your order of operations? What's the plan here?
Al could try and lead everyone back through the tunnels if they're still viable.
I mean, you'd have to make your way back. I would say that is possible, though.
All right.
There we go. Sorry. All right. Nobody has anything else they want to do here, so I assume that it's time to go. Cal, I'm gonna actually have you do nothing. I'm not gonna make you roll. At this point, if you roll, you're
All
gonna
right.
explode.
Yeah, if I roll anything, it's gonna get fucked.
Oh God.
There we go. Now, Cal, making your way around and staying far away from that hospital, trying to keep everything going. You successfully lead the party back to the store and with pretty much no resistance. Along the way, as you travel through, there are more vehicles pulling in, but they don't really even stop to see you. And actually, I apologize, vehicles don't work. You see more guards pulling in, though.
Actually, honestly, the vehicles don't work. We probably shouldn't be fucking. No,
Well,
that's right. Yeah, we're parked far enough. We're good.
We were
you
parked in a
were in a
different district.
district,
Yeah.
yes. And you make your way back to the shop. Thankfully, though the district is on pretty high alert, it doesn't seem that there's any more presence than that. You find your way back to the tunnel, and at which point, as you begin finding your way in, magic seems to turn back on again. It seems like though the surge was powerful, it was about only going to last 30 minutes or so, from which about how much it took. Once back in the tunnels, you make your way through and find yourself back into the parking garage in the nearby 6th district. Back to the van, thankfully not dead, with some answers, more questions, and 2 pretty badly injured party members. Where are you going?
I'm leaving that to Genevieve.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, thanks for shirking the responsibility onto
Well,
me.
no, you're the one who I'm certain is probably going to be looking at the fucking crystal a ton. So it's not shirking duties. It's, in fact, responsible of us instead of being like, let's go to this location.
Hmm.
I should note that this party has come out of the hospital with -1 casualties.
That's good.
I would be better. I just carried the injured. I'm a medic. What can I say?
Valid
Medicine is my passion.
Oh man.
Hmm. That was true. time.
Oh, that could have been so bad, guys.
That
Jesus.
could have been
Yeah, it could have
disastrous.
been awful.
Oh.
Okay, so crystal contains Alsar's daughter's soul. It's the very same
Yes.
daughter who's been attacking. So we call Rhea, who's been very same soul who's been attacking us, and has been attacking Iris. Burnt down the 7th district, and is somehow, despite the fact that apparently her soul is supposed to be contained within this, is working on behalf or with or cooperation with Grove. She said that something changed about Ausar fundamentally. We don't know how literal she was being. And we have, what at this point? A couple of days before the execution takes place?
2 days.
2 days.
2 days. 2 days to get solid evidence or break out Ausar.
Quite honestly, what we should probably be doing at this point, because we only have 2 days, is splitting up to try to cover a little bit more ground.
Mm.
What direction do we go? Question.
Well, we should
We
definitely
could-
have some people who are able to actually investigate that crystal, so if we're missing any things that we might need for that, we need to go there,
That's what-
including talking about ghosts and spirits and all of that nature. And then secondly, we need to start actually preparing to actually, try to break Alistair out, or learning if he's potentially possessed by something.
So, we know what the crystal is now. We no longer need the technology we have in the basement. What it is at this point, I don't think we're going to be making a dampening device out of it. We're gonna have to come to terms with that.
Perhaps we can find a spiritual medium and communicate with the
Yes.
spirit of Alistair's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Raises a hand.
Yeah, Cal is still here. Yeah,
There
Cal,
we go. What
because of the operation.
I know
Cal did
you. I know from what you said when you were back in the university that you see spirits. You have any insight on this?
Well, my friend up here, and Cal will kind of motion to his head. She did tell me that the girl back there in the hospital was hurt.
Does make
She was the one that told me to run.
does make a certain amount of sense. Wish I could actually heal. Unfortunately, my medical expertise only extends to the material. Do you have anybody who we could potentially talk to, could help, or if anybody here knows somebody who can, I don't know, help a wounded soul? Maybe then she can help us. Maybe then we can get our dampening. But that's only if she wishes to. That's probably not going to happen unless we're able to help her.
I would have to think on that myself. But I'll get back to you on that. As soon as I do.
Yeah. We'll have some time to think on the way back, and we'll manage to get into the. So, look for a soul doctor. We still have Harmas's place we haven't investigated. Find evidence of Alisar's exoneration. Develop a contingency to break him out.
And honestly, we need to look into activities of Grove. We've been operating off the idea that they've been a part of it, but who's to say they're actually a part of it, not just a third individual coming in here to put blame on it. We still need to figure that out. So, with that, that's 2 main things that we're doing, and I think our group size is only really big enough to try to cover 2 things at a time. I think those are the 2 main pressing things.
Mm-hmm. Now, I will say that it's the execution, by all accounts, because it's still. I would say it's probably about midnight now. Technically, it's 2 days, but technically, what I'm saying by that is you have 2 long rests left before you have to conduct the operation. Um, so if you
Yeah.
take, not counting tonight, because tonight, I guess I should say you have 3 counting tonight. If your intention is to go and get some things figured out, are you settling in for the night to rest and recover, or what is the plan?
Personally, personally, I'm more or less fine.
That's
It's for me, what my opinion is those that can still go for the deck, because at this point, it looks like we're talking out of character. Those that can still engage and fight and still feel healthy enough to do things, we should probably go try to investigate Grove a bit. Those that are maybe a little bit more injured and less likely to do active activities and things like that should probably go look for the ghost doctor.
Cal. I actually, well, rather, Jake, this is where I'll say this. Cal, you're going to get a bit of a tap on your shoulder as you're sitting there speaking of the spirits and of the dead, where you feel the presence of the druid return to you. And leaning over and inspecting the crystal, it whispers to you, she's asleep, dormant again, and you will find no one here that will guide you to what you need.
I will think for a moment or two under that. We're taking deep breaths, kind of acknowledging her words. And then he will turn to Genevieve and he'll say, so, my friend is telling me that we're going to find someone to help this spirit. It's not going to be here. I don't know. I'm not sure if she means here in the city or here in this district or even here on the street, but either way, we're going to find anyone to help this spirit. I'm going to have to do some searching. A lot of searching. It's going to take me some time, especially away from you.
She's gonna, one hand kind of cupped around her chin, fingers over her lips, contemplating, nodding, and saying, all right.
We're going to have any chance of mending this broken soul. It's not going to be easy.
Never assumed it was, but the unfortunate circumstance is always that things just never as easy as they could be. If you think you can find somebody, then please do. And
If you think you're able to find someone, then yeah, you go out and do that. We'll continue looking for things. You know how to get in contact with us.
Still got your guys' number. If I find someone, I'll be sure to reach out to you all.
please do. And even if you don't,
keep in
Well, then,
touch.
Yeah, I do keep in mind, if you cross the border of the Irisian sector, your phones will not work. So if you decide, if during your travels you end up in Greshik or Corsa or anything on the left
very
coast,
far away,
very far away, you will only have magical means to contact your friends.
Let's go rob a magic store and get some sending stones.
I mean, Cal could
Good.
get like a sending stone off of somebody at some point. If you,
I mean, like the thing is, I'm pretty certain if you do leave Irisian and go back to where you came from, where there's a high magic thing, You might be able to find someone with something.
I'm sure someone will be able to be like, "Hey, what?"
Opens up their
Regardless.
code. Hey, you want some
Some
prepaid sending
some
stones,
sending
man?
stones.
Yeah, some burners.
Sending stones.
Some burner sending stones.
Yeah, it would
But
be nice to get a pair of sending because that's how sending stones work. You have to have 2 people each that have 1 stone.
They're
So we
part
could
of a
have
party,
in
yeah.
our possession the stone that we just have as like the Cal stone.
The
to talk to
Cal
him.
stone, the
Yeah,
Cal
but
alarm.
the issue with that, again, and the reason why I said rob a magic store, we don't have money.
Yeah, well, that's true. You have money. You guys have a lot of money, but
Speak for yourself. I got a lot of money.
spending it is
Hee-hee.
gonna be dangerous.
Yeah, I also have a lot of money. No
Yeah,
one can
everyone.
use it.
It's,
When I
it's
say
all liquid
we
cash.
don't have money, I am talking about workable funds.
Yeah, you guys are. We have
Oh.
3 rich kids in the party, all things considered, and
and none of them can
everyone
spend their money.
except there is one person in the party who may be able to spend their money because it's dirty money.
Ah,
Hi, Eugene.
Eugene.
Open your pockets.
Run them
What?
pockets. No,
If
We are
anyone,
once again asking you for
financial assistance.
Run your pockets.
yeah,
Eugene
basically,
has gold.
well,
amount of
yeah, I would assume that Eugene would have a second form of currency to properly trade in because of Irisian currency being tracked.
Hmm.
Eugene is a spice runner.
man.
Spice must
You know,
flow.
Spices.
quite honestly, Corey, you're the whole. Oh yeah, no, it's all digital currency, etc. It's really neat. It's a neat concept until you get into the nitty gritty of like illegal funds.
Exactly.
Transferring, like giving someone money.
I
It's like,
don't
hey,
know.
good job,
This
guys.
is
If
why
I lose my phone, all of a sudden I don't have access to my
PayPal?
wallet. It's a neat system, but there are definitely issues with it.
This is why
PayPal's kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
Let's be real with ourselves.
this is
Cash
why
App?
Cash App. This is why Ruby didn't work, at least on a micro scale.
Yeah, even Star Wars credits does it. It's like the credit system is they're a physical currency, but they're also on credit sticks, but they're also a digital currency. It's really weird. I don't think anyone knows how credits work.
I think it might just have to do with like certain like maybe
it's-
like sectors of the galaxy where some are just like less advanced than others, but
So I think in general, what we should do, and this is a thing that I've run into in a lot of D&D games and things like that, is not worry about the nitty gritty sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. I
True.
really don't.
I just imagine Eugene's the type of person to take pictures of someone's NFTs and then sell them. That's how she gets her dirty.
Oh my god, as like little
And I
print
can
out,
do
like,
it and get away
print
with it
paper.
too.
Yeah.
Eugene, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm not stealing NFTs.
Just
Okay.
Eugene sounds like the type of person that would just deal with NFTs.
Stealing NFTs is like the most moral way I get money.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Listen,
We need
guys.
we need a picture
It's
of
the
Eugene.
most legal way.
A picture of Eugene sitting in front of a computer, looking at the camera with his tongue out, going like, stealing NFTs.
Oh, is that the latest bored monkey picture? Whoa, bro.
Oh my god.
So guys, I
Unused
have this
orangutans.
concept
What's the
is
concept?
that the latest lazy ape?
called the Valen coin.
The
The value only goes up.
Oh my
The
god.
value only goes up.
You only
Val
goes-
bucks.
Okay, before we do the thing again where we start evolving and start making fake names.
Well, yes, getting back to the more serious moment. Yeah, Cal will say, even if I can't reach you guys by phone, I'll find a way.
Carry
I'll
your
always
pigeon.
find a way.
Life finds a
Goku,
way.
don't eat
Oh.
the bird.
Call
Well,
me.
until I see you guys next, I wish you all the best of luck. Every last one of you.
You too, Cal.
Even the creepy robot guy.
You as well, Cal.
Ball just looks at him.
Even you weird robot guy. Beep.
Even you, Clanker.
Oh my god.
Wow, you can't just say that,
Sounds
man.
like a slur.
Wow, I didn't know
hard
Hexy
R word.
Primrose fucking rolled like that. Damn. Are we sure we should be kicking Calvin out?
Yeah.
Cabal pulls his pistol and aims at aims at Primrose. Run your
Listen, I can
pockets.
use that
That's
word.
our
I'm half
word.
You're in the
Quaker.
wrong neighborhood
That's
for
our
that.
word. I can use it.
No,
Friendly
because
fire.
you're not a robot. You're not a
Yeah, you're not a
robot.
I'm
robot.
half.
You're
You're a
just
I'm
person in a
connected
metal
to it.
box.
Quite honestly,
Yeah, so I'm
that's the
half.
equivalent of like robot face.
Oh my god, no, I just thought about it. Primrose
Robot face.
is a trans robot instead of
Yeah.
being transracial.
God damn it. Anyways,
I don't know. Cyborg versus robot is two different things.
Oh,
Well,
anyway.
before Cal leaves, he'll give everyone a parting goodbye in whatever way, whatever manner they feel comfortable with,
You take care.
and
Cal.
he will.
The way
Goku
I
stays
feel
forward.
comfortable with is with a healing potion.
Speaking of which,
All right, so
actually,
it sounds like we won't have to worry about finding a ghost doctor.
With that, Cabal or Caladan will head off down the street.
Cabal
Way
Thank
into
you,
the-
Cal. Thank you for everything and all your help.
Bye.
You too.
Primrose will salute.
I give a little
Call,
pseudo
Go
up
ahead,
brows.
please.
leave. No one want you here anyway.
There goes my hero.
watch him as he goes.
His butt cheeks flapping in the distance as he leaves. Anyways.
Rip Cal. All
I'm
right.
trying to
Now
make
that
it
Cal-
R.I.P.
Slap my ass cheeks.
Oh wait, why did you guys were talking about my monies?
Because we were talking about the fact that it's hard to spend money because of the fact that
It's all tracked.
It's
it
all
might be
digital
tracked.
cards.
But
Yeah.
I will be honest with you. That is just kind of nitty gritty bullshit. I totally will still allow you guys to spend money. I'm not gonna be a dick about it.
Well, no, it
Yeah,
makes sense though.
it's just
It's like
yeah, there
for
are
the
just
people who
sometimes
have like tons in like
worry
family
about
holdings
that.
and shit like that, liquid assets. That shit's
Yeah.
hard to access
It's hard to
Yeah.
access.
because that draws attention.
I will say though,
I just
Relax
had
and
like
black
multiple
card.
fake accounts at different banks.
I could. Well, that's why I was saying Eugene could probably pull it off because if anyone's gonna have money that can't be traced, it's gonna be Eugene. Anyways,
Nitty-gritty.
the question then remains: from what it seems like, find information on Grove is one person's job, and trying to get the crystal stabilized of some way, and also basically give medical attention, seems to be the second one. Do you guys still want to split up? Or do you want to do that once some people have been healed? Basically, what's the plan? Because Spirit Doctor
It
is
had
being-
that. Hey, Frey. We're talking about that.
Oh.
like you were like, so what's the plan after like the plan that we originally had was changed around?
That is true. I will let you guys figure that out.
Maybe we should go over everything so far. Like, you know, the whole thing with the coin and like those people being sketchy and weird and present at the
Yes.
party. And the
Ryger's
whole
little
people
cult.
disguising themselves as people disguising themselves as knights, and then that's how our Alsar got further embroiled in
I'm
the
pretty certain part of what the find out more about heckin' the Grove plan was part of.
yeah.
That seems to be kind of intrinsically linked.
Yeah, but then we
No.
also discussed that Grove, like the actual like masterminds were just using Grove as a scapegoat and being like, look at these terrorists. It's
Yeah,
the
that's why I brought that up.
I mean, I guess finding out about Grove would help maybe prove or disprove whether or not they are this, like, I don't know, the party fire and the hospital fire are linked, right? But I really don't think they are.
Hence,
Yeah.
why I was kind of bringing that up as a thing for sure that we're going to be doing. But like, if we're still going to be splitting up, what would be like the second thing that's like on the docket of important stuff to do?
Although if we do investigate Grove, which is outside of Iris in the natural world, we're gonna do that weird thing where you say goodbye to someone, like we say goodbye to Cal, and then go in the same direction as him.
So Grove
Just
is
follow
in
him.
Iris. It's just in a like a
Yeah.
sub area, like adjacent. It's like Iris adjacent.
Yeah, so Grove in of itself is an underground cell, basically. At least they were. No one really had seen Grove up until a few weeks ago, where they assumed that they were the ones who attacked the 7th District. So if you are going to find information on them, because now it seems like they're becoming more prevalent, you would indeed find them around here or in the Undercity. It would still be in the Irisian sector. You just have to kind of look around to see who could get you information where. Um, Maybe some of the shadier party members might know a guy. That's entirely up to you guys, though. Yes, continue.
So yeah, like the grove thing is something we can do here in Iris. But again, it's a matter of did we still want to split the party? If we were splitting the party, what else should we be focusing on? Because the grove situation is going to be covering, learning if they were actually behind it, learning if they were actually behind it, what the fuck happened, finding proof, etc., etc., etc. But then we still have the second part of like, we there's a lot of stuff that we need to do and not a whole lot of time to do it.
Maybe we split the party, like how was mentioned before, like the healthier people. At the moment, right now, go investigate Grove, and if that involves poking the bear, they'll be fine because they're healthier right now. And the people that need some time to heal and rest can contact Dejea again and maybe follow a different lead, like maybe do some like spy networking to try and gather
I
evidence like from the inside.
don't think necessarily DJ will be helping us too much there, but yeah, finding more information and stuff like that would definitely be helpful.
I mean,
We
Dejea's a
still
pillar
need
knight.
to.
She's our contact on the inside.
Well,
She's
you guys have
powerful.
several contacts on the inside now.
Yeah,
Both of you.
the thing is, there's both A, she was a contact on the inside, but B, you were also like just with her, and we were just talking to her like a day
Yeah,
ago.
It's true.
That's why I'm like, I don't think there's anything new that we can tap there or be like, yo, this, That's why I'm like, I think that there's something. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm not certain like how
she might
how
not have had enough time to find anything.
Yeah, exactly. Because all things considered, despite the fact that like for us it's been like 3 or 4 weeks, it's been like a day in game. That's why I'm like, because we still need to find, a way into the tower and stuff like that. Because clearly the crystal probably isn't going to be working. If the crystal is going to be working, we need to find someone who's willing to, work with it. It's a lot of stuff that like we need to start doing legwork for that.
That's true. I will say that I probably should have explained this a little bit more in depth when you guys were visiting with Donnie. That the glass around the crystal was acting as a dampening device, basically stopping what was in there and focusing it. And the crystal itself is the power source. You found that out when you went there.
We've also
It-
seen
well,
a
I-
first-hand demonstration of its dampening effects in the form of a massive anti-magic field.
Exactly.
Oh, right, yeah, we weren't we not able to break the glass last time?
Yes, you guys weren't
Yeah.
able to.
Okay, great. The fucking damaged people and go back to Donnie and be like, "Yo, Donnie, we got the glass open."
That's true.
I don't
You
feel
absolutely did.
comfortable exposing him to a semi-murderous, half-crazed, injured ghost. Especially
Well,
someone
do
who's
you
not...
have a better idea of who
Yes,
we could
somebody who's
ghost
qualified
to?
to deal with spirits, not a man who's dealing in electronics.
Oh, you mean the man who's qualified with spirits who went, there's no one here qualified with spirits and went to go find someone
Yes,
qualified?
we have nobody who can deal with this. Even the spirit druid in his head said so.
Wait, are you meaning to say Cal left without taking the crystal with him?
Yeah, he didn't take it with him. He went to go find somebody else.
Oh, to bring them here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And when we went to go to Donnie, he didn't go like, I can't do anything with this.
He said
just
he didn't have the tools.
right now because there was a glass around it that I can't break open.
He also said he just didn't have the tools to analyze it.
I think right
And that's
now.
why he sent us to us to analyze it. We've analyzed it. We can now go back to him with the findings.
I'm sorry, I am not doing that.
while we get this settled and decided, I think it's a perfect time for a bio break because we're about 2 hours in,
Yeah.
and I really gotta go to the bathroom.
Oof, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Good idea.
yes.
Fair, yes.
And then we can decide what the plan is and we can debate. Because one thing I will say is that while Cal said that he could help the spirit itself, didn't necessarily say that you guys still can't use it until then. Moral or not, I leave that to you. But I will also mention that Tuare is back, and Tuare does have some knowledge of this type of thing as well. So you guys are welcome to think of I know a guys. You guys are welcome to continue to plan, and we will return momentarily in like 15 minutes while we go
Yes.
and get ourselves water, snackies, and bathrooms.
Mhm.
Be back soon.
BRB.
Yeah, but
Oh my god.
So Tuare, what you missed? So Peppy, what you missed? You missed. You missed.
Love going to get a drink and coming back to a discussion of moral relativism. I've already, like, Genevieve is a person who's already exposed Donnie to something that, by all rights, I should have kept him out of. And now I'm bringing the unshielded crystal to him is putting him in potentially mortal peril, as was shown by the whole thing at the end there in the hospital. She's not comfortable doing it. Use the anti-magic properties of the spirit inside to make a dampening field like Alsar did. Cabal? Yeah. For her, it was a shoulder shrug, and then it will kill me first, and you guys will know. For her, it was a shoulder shrug, and well, in that case, he'll kill me first, and then you'll know. Mm-hmm. Good. That is one of her primary character flaws. Hmm. Hee hee, sissy. Mm-hmm. All right. I could definitely see Valen trying to eat him at some point. Hmm. Can force robot. Now I'm just imagining fucking Cabal like a gank from Star Wars. And if we really only been going for 2.5 hours? Yeah, it's 2.5, and it's for me it's 11:30. Normally by this point we're at the 3.5 hour mark. Late. Hmm? Strange. For me, when I look in the audience list, it says you're under moderators. Hmm. Truly illustrious. Mm-hmm. We get very in character, and we get very, Be afraid. No, we get impassioned, we get into our characters. And our characters very often tend to be very stubborn and very adamant about their particular worldviews. Genevieve thinks that her life has long since lost its worth, and Trelia, having become her friend, disagrees. Rightfully so. When was that, actually? Yeah, like for me, yeah, I absolutely have a moment of like heatedness and passion where I'm like, God, I wish they would understand. But then I'm able to take a step back and go, out of character, I understand where they're coming from. Personally, I would also find that incredibly, incredibly frustrating if I had to deal with that in real life. And I've had to deal with it in real life, and it is very frustrating. I also know it's a character in a game, and that Yinf is not doing this specifically to infuriate me, he's sticking to his guns, and that's also the same as I do. Also, I will admit, there was a slight amount of metagame to that. I didn't want to end up just leaving Jake's new character doing death saves on the floor and potentially dying. But in character, Genevieve firmly believes in the sanctity of a life, especially one that might have been co-opted into acting outside of its own best interests. Yeah, all it takes is a bit of work and a bit of thought. Oh yes. What else is new? Okay. Also, potentially, if need be, we might actually... I hate to say it, but we might actually have to like make the next section a little bit shorter because it is currently 11:30 since we started so late. use an I know. Because I'm gonna say it's perfectly within reason that somebody might be able to convince Genevieve to at the very least she won't have an issue calling Donnie and seeing if he feels he's confident dealing with it, but just like bringing it, dropping on his porch and saying make a dampening field out of this, she's categorically against. Not calling him, finding it out, and then I don't know, maybe someone pulls Marquis back, or the argument slowly comes down and they go like, fine, okay, I see where you're coming from. That can see working, but as long as things stay impassioned and heated, she is not budging. She's got the full fucking Sicilian genes with the hands all over the place going, fuck you! Just fuck you! Fuck your mother! Shut up on your face. But yes, she is very much like if pushed, she will remain heated and probably double down and dig her heels in even more. Yeah. Yes, in that case she will go fine. In that case it'll be his decision, not mine. Hell yeah.
And another thing.
Oh shit! I forgot to mute. I forgot to mute. I muted the desktop, but I didn't mute my mic. How about that? That's gonna be
So
awkward.
they could hear you, but
You could
not
hear
anyone
me.
else.
You could hear me,
It's
but not
fine.
you
All I heard
guys.
was the silent.
Oh, that if anybody was actually listening, that might have been a shock. But anyway, hi everybody. We're back from the break.
Just fucking fuck you, you fucking dick.
Fuck you!
Shut up in your face.
So,
Your mother.
before we get to the I know a guy, which Tuare did call, I do want to do the Donnie call first to see if he still ends up wanting to. So, Genevieve, are you calling Donnie?
After the heat dies down from the argument and they back off and give each other a little bit of space, Genevieve will ultimately decide that yes, in the end, it is his decision and not mine, and she will ring Donnie. This is assuming, like, after we manage to get back to the van, and Genevieve, while she's doing this, sort of with the phone wedged between her cheek and her shoulder, will go about trying to pull the bullets out of the child.
I was about to say, yeah, is anybody helping Bloody Doku, by the way? Because Cabal, he has subroutines, he can kind of repair himself, but Doku got
Sorta.
Yeah,
But-
sorry guys, I can't heal yet.
I never thought I would hear it's okay. He has subroutines. He's good. What the fuck?
However, even with that, you can't tell that it's a pretty slow process.
Yeah, exactly.
How the
give me a
the
sec.
subroutines going?
Doku, heal back up 20.
Oh
How about
shit.
that?
Oh,
Yeah, because I assume we're going to be able to take a short rest and I get my fucking cards back.
Yes, you can.
20.
I was gonna
That
offer to
brings me
heal.
to full health.
But yeah, this is good. It's okay.
You
I'll
are
kill
almost
more.
full. That's good.
If we are taking a short rest right now while Genevieve makes a call, then I suppose I can do something.
I've still got some of my I've still got some of my physic I can use on the people, which would have, if we had actually a moment to spare, would have worked in the anti-magic field. But that's for later.
That's true. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, poor Doku just got shot up. We let this kid bleed out for 20 minutes.
We couldn't exactly do much else, honestly.
I know.
But yes.
Yeah, you had to have your argument before that. I understand.
Yes. We had to get angry at us before we could see the child. Sorry, mother and father had to have an argument.
Also, yeah, rolled the max result of my hit dice. Why didn't we have that look back at the hospital? God fucking damn it!
Oh man.
Smaller dice. But yes. Genevieve is, I guess, gonna give both of them a once over, seeing that they've managed to heal up pretty all right, or after a bit of rest and with a bit of help from her, I guess, because it does help her calm herself and center herself just to be busy with things she's familiar with, even if that is bullet wounds. She is going to ring Donnie.
Okay. It's late, by the way. It's like 1 a.m. Fuck you when you make this call. And it rings for a little bit, and the it rings and it rings and it rings and eventually you hear, oh yeah, hello.
Hey, Donnie. Sorry to bother you at this hour.
Oh, you're all right. What you need, Jenny?
Well, unfortunately, this isn't a social call, and if it was, I wouldn't be doing it at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I wouldn't complain.
You should. Anyway, so you know that casing, the one that we couldn't pry open before?
From the
On the rock.
yeah, the rock.
Well, turns out whatever was inside decided it had had enough, and it managed to open it up itself.
That don't make no sense. Whatever
Ghosts,
was in there.
ghosts generally don't. That's why I stuck to medicine.
Go.
So, I'll spare you the dramatics. It's open now. The crystal is exposed. And I've been urged by my compatriots to reach out to you and ask you if you would feel confident in being able to, now that we've seen it and it's opened and exposed, making something out of it. Found out that whatever's inside, and it would turn out the reason, I guess, for why it was able to do what it did, has strong affinities for anti-magic.
Well, that sounds about right. Ugh. You hear him kind of shuffle a little bit. Fuck, my fake yawning is making me real yawn.
Yeah, you made me yawn like 3 times, dude.
Yeah.
Big old bear
How could you
yawn.
do this to me?
Well, what you need exactly, Jenny? I can help how I can, but
Well, I don't know. Thing is, because it's no two ways around it. It is a magical source, and I don't know how comfortable you feel or confident you feel being able to make I guess a weak anti-magic generator out of it. I guess that's how it worked.
from
Enough
what
to
I can gather, he'll kind of you'll hear him kind of rustle, and in the background you're hearing him kind of like clatter around with some things, and then you hear like metal clanging and whatnot in the background. Goes from what I can gather, they whoever done made one of those things, they used it as kind of like a suppressor.
right,
So
because when we looked at it, it drew in all the genesis and magic in the area around.
I could definitely make a casing that was stronger, but I can't necessarily put the magic in it. But if you want a casing that'll hold, I can definitely do you that much, but you're gonna have to find somebody who's good with some type of rune magic. Something that'll engrave that's old magic, and that's nothing I'm too good with, Jenny.
Genevieve will actually, like, without saying anything over the phone, will turn and look to Tuare. And
Tuari, who's currently
like,
working on Boris right now.
yeah,
Oh.
he's just kind of she kind of raises an eyebrow and goes, "I think we'll be able to find somebody who can do that." All right. Well, personally, I don't feel safe dragging you any deeper than I already have. But if you can make that casing, then all we would need to do is just come pick it up and then slap it in the box. And I would appreciate
Well,
that. This thing is no longer contained, and it has proven itself pretty dangerous.
yeah, I can do it right now. Give me an hour or two and it'll be all done. I can find something.
Sure, it wouldn't be too much to ask.
I'm up. Don't get too in over your head, Jenny. It sounds like it's getting worse.
Yeah, it always does. Seems like the tagline for our lives right now is "It gets worse." The other one
It doesn't get better.
and then there's the other one seems to be for the wrong things for the right reasons. But I appreciate it. Come swing by in around an hour, and then I'll let you get back to your beauty sleep.
Yeah, I got you, Jenny. There.
You're good.
Have fun.
You're a good man, Donnie.
Yeah, I'm alright. Alright, see you in a bit, beautiful. Click.
Clicks. She just looks at the phone and goes, "I owe that man 2 days now." All right. Well, Donnie says he'll be able to make a box. We can swing by and pick it up. He doesn't think he'll be able to do anything to actually make a device out of it. But she looks to Tuare. He says if we can get somebody who's decent at rune magic in on this, we might be able to make something of it.
Yeah, that would be me.
Well, if you can do it, or if
It's been a bit since I've done proper magic, but I can try. Hopefully won't be too hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
and if it is, oh well.
I was gonna say if it turns out to be too advanced for you or just not possible. I don't suppose you're the person who taught you magic.
That I could know. I also have some other options. The problem is I don't know if it would exactly be here.
Well,
But
we have options at least.
If that's the case, then you all can go talk to the person that's fluent in magic, and we can worry about the Grove stuff.
All right. Question though. The other group that isn't involving me. How are you guys intending to get around? There's public transport, but it's not always the safest, and there are cameras everywhere.
Trying to remember. Well, I mean, the bus system. Yeah, that's the real issue. I mean, like, what we can do is. Wait, are you going with them to talk with the magic person?
It depends. I just don't. Regardless, whichever group I'm going with is going to be hard up on transportation.
Because the thing is, if you're not going with the magic people, we can just drop them off and then.
True. No, actually, that's a good point.
So the real thing I would say is that you're gonna have to leave the crystal with the magic people, and the people with the wheels are gonna need to pick up the thing from Donnie at some point. Now it's up to you how you want to do it, but I like I said, however you want to split, I don't mind. Talking with Tuari in the background about where he plans to go, is definitely in the city, though going alone might not necessarily be entirely bad, but it might be good to have an extra set of eyes there to work with. I leave it up to you guys, as I said, but yeah, figure out your transportation. Actually, I don't know why I even bolted in. Just saying that order of operations at the very least is you've got the crystal, you got to get the box before they can work on the crystal.
Right? That's exactly what we are talking about.
Oh, might be. Continue.
Yeah,
we were talking specifically about the thing that you're like, hey guys, just so you know, you should.
So.
Yeah, Tuar is just kind of pondering a few options.
So if we were to,
Because I mean, like,
Hmm.
straight up, worst comes to worst, you just drop off whoever's not with you, and then because it's not like exactly you can take a bus pass.
yeah.
I'm just going with the flow.
When did Valen get southern?
Everyone just looks at Valen and just
I just go
I've
with the
been giving her
flow. Yo
dialect
yo.
lessons.
So you got focus. Do what to focus on if she looks side to side. I just go where everyone else goes.
But yeah,
Okay,
in
so
terms of transportation, it's
Oh.
just be easy enough to drop off someone, and then
Hmm.
continue to drive off.
so um honestly, in an hour or so is when Donnie estimates he'll have it done. Do we just want to wait an hour? Hell, a short rest is an hour. We were taking a
Yeah, I was
short
about to
rest.
say
That's
your,
right
your
around
short
when.
rest would
In
probably
that
be
case,
that.
we could swing by Donnie's, get the box, and then go to this magical expert.
We could,
Wouldn't
yeah.
say- wouldn't necessarily
Drop
even-
off the people at the magical expert, and then drive off. The
does
group.
Did Genevieve say that out loud?
I mean, let's
I
see why
take it.
not. So yeah, no, she would say that.
It's not an expert, more like a place.
Okay. Is it like a market or a studio or
No,
something?
not a market, not anything like that. The only thing, before I take you there, there's only one thing. There's something you need to promise me.
Okay.
And that promise is that you will not let this location known to anyone. Because if you do, you're going to compromise the shit out of me.
Here's the thing about that, Tuare. I'm pretty certain we're in a position where we can't really tell anyone anything.
Yeah, Tuare, to be quite honest, if you told anyone half the shit that the rest of us have been through, you could very easily sell us out. So if we're going to be cutthroat,
And I've been doing that this entire time.
we're going to be entirely cutthroat about it. We could hold this over your head, but you could hold so much else over our head, and that puts us puts us in an impasse. I like to think you can trust us, and in turn we will trust you.
The reason I say this is because the last time I trusted someone with very private information, I got a bullet through the head.
Yeah, the last time you trusted somebody, though, it was Greiger.
Yes, that probably wasn't the smartest thing, but regardless, don't blame that.
Tuare, I promise. You're going to trust us with this? I will. It'll go with me to the grave.
Now, the real question: who is going with who? Tuare is going to the magic thing. We are currently looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. So we can split this at an even 4 and 4. Tuare is going to the magic. Who else would like to go to the magic convention? Who would like to get dropped off at Papa Smurf's Magic Emporium?
Good old Magicon.
It's Babushka Smurf's Magic Emporium. Thank you very much. Anyway.
Does the child want to go to Babushka's? The child says no. How about Eugene?
I will say that where you are going is in the 3rd district. The 3rd district is basically the military district. Now, it's not a sealed off military district. It's where you would expect barracks and that type of thing to be. Much more of a leisurely area rather than a super locked down base, but you're going to be going to a high risk guard infested area.
Okay, so the answer is the robot should probably go because no one knows about the robot.
Oh, but yeah.
So we got the spider and the robot.
That actually, that
Probably
would.
not the drug cell.
I would actually wonder, of all the people, would the military know the most about Cabal? Or would they at least recognize him as being some sort of like outdated model?
That's a very good question.
Damn, boy, you outdated. Okay.
But now it's a
That's a
question
good
of whether or
question.
not the military would even, pay attention to that kind of thing.
Yeah, the thing that I will say, Cabal, to answer that question you may have, you don't look like one of the clockwork soldiers that Iris has put together. You are not one of the the battle droids or the battle bots or wherever they may be.
Roger.
Roger. Yeah, no, you're not one of
Yeah,
those.
yeah,
You,
yeah.
you
Cabal, yeah, Cabal is a horse of a completely different color.
Yeah, you would definitely stand out. However, you would still look like military hardware.
As such, probably need to keep a low profile, very low profile.
No, I mean, like, yeah, you're going to be military hardware in the military district.
That would
Yeah.
that would help him blend in. The one worst case scenario is some friggin' arms tech nerd spots him and goes like, "Oh my god, I haven't seen you before. Can I get a picture? Hey, can I take a shaving off of you?" But then if we've run into freaks like that, then just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, so like quite frankly, weirdly enough, I think the best place for you to be would be the military district.
Yeah. Cabal will agree.
He died.
But
He's
before
dead.
we worry about
Yes, Cabal will agree to this. Cabal.
okay, so anyway, so yeah, the spider and the robot for the military district. Do we want to put the knight in there as well?
Let me poke Prim.
Yeah. Go ask Primrose if she wants to go to the military
MagicCon.
district. We're actually talking about
MagicCon, yeah.
So the military base is the presumed to be combat area, correct? Presumed
the forest area. I think is what's probably going to be the combat area.
If I'm gonna be real, this location is very magical. I don't know how Valen would do there, aka I don't know if she would want to just eat everything in there. So I don't know about.
I don't know.
She seems to be very specifically
the group
keyed
is
towards
coming with
eating
us.
Genesis crystals and shit like that.
So yeah, we'll have to ask Matt about that one.
What are we on about?
Oh, Abby is
Before we
slightly
ask
worried.
that, what was June's answer?
Prim wants to go to the military district.
Well, Tuari was slightly worried.
Yes, I'd like to go to the military district.
Hey. Tuari was slightly worried about the possibility of Valen trying to eat everything at MagicCon.
Oh.
But I don't think that's going to happen because he thinks she seems to be more interested in eating the various shards of crystal that came from the pillar crystal that is powering her. She seems to be driven by a drive to complete the crystal, not just eat everything that's magical.
Yes.
Okay, I don't have to worry about it. Okay.
Listen,
So
my natural taste.
What?
I would say my natural tastes are refined. I don't like vanilla and like chocolate. I like pistachio.
Yeah, so with Primrose going with the heckin' MagicCon people, the military complex, then everyone else can worry about the Grove stuff.
Well, with that, let's begin to wrap. Because now you guys have a direction.
Yes. So my name is Genevieve, and I'm here to say.
Before we wrap up, there's one more thing I would like to do.
I'm a hoochie mama in a special way.
I also have one last thing I'd like to do, but I'll let you go first.
I wanted to do.
Yes.
Beginning of at the beginning of the session, but I forgot. I think the fucking short rest would be the best time to fucking do it.
Yes.
As we're driving towards fucking the guy's house, Marquis would basically, in the front seat with Genevieve, go, I want you to know I'm mad at you. I am indescribably mad at you.
Oh.
Does this come from somewhere particular, or was this just the robot?
We are in a basement with something that wants you dead. After we get rid of it, you go, oh, let's repair it. That's fine. That's whatever. But you throw your life away with such a level of degree of quickness that it is quite frankly infuriating. And I have seen it happen again and again and again, and it is getting real sick and tired of it. You might be willing to throw away your life away, but you're with other people now. They might not be so willing to see it get thrown away.
Oh.
While Marquis is getting rightfully angry with Genevieve, she keeps her eyes on the more than likely the occasional street lamp as they're cruising down the street, highlighting hers and Marquis' features every few seconds. She doesn't say very much, and for the mixture of her face being smeared in soot, blood, oil, and the pronounced bags under her eyes as she every now and again makes a small adjustment on the steering wheel, she says, I know. I felt the same when Harmus basically went running off, the children in tow, dead set on saving them at, well, any cost. The last I saw of Harmus, when I dropped him and the 10 night children off the border, and the next I know, I come back into Iris to hear that they were all dead. Supposedly, at the hands of Ausar. And, well, I didn't know what to feel at the time. But I know on that day, when it was supposed to be a triumphant victory for us, getting those children who were tortured out of the city, all I felt was hollow. Part of me died that day. It was the part of me that cared about my own self-worth, about the significance of my own life, and every day I tangle with the feeling that, in the grand scheme of things, no life has any worth. Something that I was taught very differently when I studied to become a doctor. Every single time I look back on that day, and I remember Harmus telling me not to come along with him because he had it from that point on, and I didn't need to be involved from that point on. It's okay, and I didn't need to put myself at further risk. I look back and I kick myself. Because I can't help but see that as the turning point. Where I failed him and I failed the kids. Because I didn't do more. And if I'm going to be truthful, the reason why I throw away my life with such ease is because, well, frankly, that incident left me completely screwed up in the head, but also because I feel this gnawing, incessant drive to make up for my own mistakes, for tacitly allowing the night program to go through, for the torture of those children, to ultimately fail at getting them out alive, and now later find one of them, Ausar's own daughter, is a ghost that's come back to try and burn the city to the ground, dropping it out from underneath them, potentially killing everyone in a massive calamity. And I find myself dwarfed by the potential consequences of it all. One small woman faced with an enormity of something that ultimately I don't think I'm going to be able to make any actual difference in. And if me dying at any point actually affects some real change that sticks around for once, I can't help but feel like that would be worth it. Because in the end, I'm not trading a hell of a lot in exchange.
And that's the point that I am angry about.
Yeah.
You go, oh, my life isn't anything. It's insignificant. It's nothing. And the results of the greater good. Well, then let me ask you. What would happen if your death affected us? I'm certain you want to come in here and do it all alone, but you're not alone anymore. There's me, there's Eugene, there's Doku, there's Primrose. Hell, even there's the new robot that you decided to save. You dying would affect all of us. It's not just you and the world and everything else. You need to find ways that don't result in your death. Because that's not healthy and that's not going to save anyone.
Well, I'm not going to be nearly as callous as to say that meeting all of you was somehow a mistake, because it wasn't. It's probably one of the best things to ever happen to me. That scares me. It scares me a hell of a lot. Meeting all of you, strange as we all are, every single one of us, I will no exception to that, terrifies me. Because now I've got more to lose, and I've got people that I will hurt if I'm gone. And there's a little
Then
voice in my head that keeps saying
do
that.
something that will result in your death.
Try, man. I'm gonna try my fucking best, but at this point, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing anymore. Everything's just so far beyond me at this point.
I am going to put a hand on Heck and Genevieve's shoulder.
You just first time
not.
Since ever, you see, like, from under the glasses, with highlighted by the street lamps, there's just clear tears running down her cheeks.
You're not alone. And the next time that you are going to do something that might result in your death, there is going to be more than one person trying to stop you. I, at the very least, hope so. That part is addressed to the entire van. Because, quite frankly, if anything were to happen to any of you, because of some stupid mistake that you decided to throw away and be like, oh, this is for the greater good, who cares? I did something that was supposed to be for the greater good, and look at where my fucking life is right now. Doing something for the greater good isn't necessarily good. It's okay. You aren't alone. No one in this fucking van is alone. So I don't want anyone here thinking that they are. And I will take a hand off of Genevieve, put my chin in my other hand, and look out the window.
Man.
Genevieve is a
Man.
little bit choked up. A little bit choked up, is going to part by just saying, "Got a very lucky fiance."
We ain't married yet, bitch.
That's why I said fiance.
Fiance.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
After
Yeah.
a few moments after this, Walla, who has been kind of casually listening in this conversation, he will turn to Genevieve. And he'll speak up. Dr. Valentina, if you may, if you have a moment or two.
We've got nothing but time.
When you first encountered me, you spoke to me that I have a biological component.
You have
I
a
have been attempting to discern the significance of said component.
inside your head. You have a human brain. This tells me that at least at some point you were an individual with self-actualization and autonomy. And I hold that as, to this day, despite everything, being something very sacred. If you're having trouble
I see.
coming to terms with the significance, or if there is significance to having one, then, my friend, that makes you more human than you could possibly imagine. You speak in plural. We. I don't know exactly why. This tells me there's more to your story.
It is odd, however. I sometimes refer to myself as we. We refer to ourselves as I as well. I do not understand.
Maybe we will in time. Regardless, you having a brain of your own proves that you're more than just potentially a machine taught to respond properly, as Marquis had previously suggested as a potential. So I don't have to do the whole Turing test of trying to figure out whether or not you are a person. In my mind, you are your own person. And even just now, you're more than just your programming, because if you were your programming, you would be choking me from behind the steering wheel.
Agreed.
Which tells me that there is autonomy and reasoning and personality behind all that metal and interfacing.
If there is, and it is contained, just as you have risked yourself to preserve my integrity, if I might risk my own for yours, perhaps, if there is potential, it may yet be unsealed. I know not if there is, however.
Find out in due course.
This is acceptable.
Genevieve will, with the what do you call it? The heel of one of her hands, clear out from underneath her eyes, probably just smudging the old blood and soot, honestly. And there'll be a ghost of a smile on her face. We're in good company here.
I can't believe I'm the one to say this, but I think after we save Alsar, we gotta go out for some good old junk food.
I like that.
And
Yeah.
I think we deserve a treat.
I wish I could digest food.
I wish I could digest. And I think that is a perfect place to end the session. It was good to be back, and now we have a clear-cut goal. Make the dampening device, see if we can get more information about Grove, and at the very least, even if you don't, you'll have the dampening device, and you can go in and save Ausar yourselves. I think what a good place to end. Good job, everybody. That was a fun session.
Oh,
Doku,
damn, yeah.
Lynn, and also Jake, I'm sorry that you both almost got fucking murdered.
That is okay. The
Oh,
dice have spoken.
nice
Cabal,
I
rules.
don't like that I don't like what they have said, but they have spoken.
Cabal
Cabal
getting
literally
dying.
eliminated from existing.
I rolled so low on that fall damage. How much health did you have?
1.
You literally had 1. I rolled so low on that fall damage. I was so worried. I was like, dude, he's gonna die. That's it. Cabal's already fucking dead.
2 sessions.
I would have been so sad.
Damn.
That was magical.
We could just put him back together.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just reassemble him. I mean, granted, there is the brain that's inside of his head that
That's
is very,
fine. We just gotta find a new one.
suspicious.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's find a new
Well,
brain.
Pick up a new one at the hardware store. We'll talk to Don.
For all we know, it could be a dog brain. Like,
Well, actually, we are in a hospital. If there's any if there's any brains are like preserved or whatever.
you know, if there's like any grandmas or might have been trapped in like a coma from 30 some odd years
Oh my
back.
God, Cabal is Eugene's grandmother.
Oh
no.
my god. That's a
no.
hoochie mama.
I have
Oh my
come to exact my vengeance,
Brown chicken,
sweetie.
brown cow.
Oh no, please no, Marquis. I know you're supposed to be like the closest we have to a bard in this party, but please no.
Oh.
I'm a weird mixture of a bard, a cleric, and a warlock, baby.
Oh.
Marquis, no. Marquis, yes.
It's just actual Trellia was like, I am disgusted by even this insinuation. Marquis is like, yeah, baby, yeah.
Listen, guys, I understand, okay, but the Marquis persona has begun to take on a life of its own.
He's
Oh
got
god,
just,
they're splitting
just
into
his right
two.
hand is coming to life with a life of its own. Oh god.
Oh
Anyway,
no, all the personas, they're coming alive.
God. So this is where Marquis has his Two-Face arc. Gotcha.
Speaking of,
His Harvey Dent moment.
I love that Marquis just dropped a card before he left. Just a normal card. It wasn't like a magic card. It's like, bye.
He's just a Joker. He's like, I'm the Joker, baby, and drop the card. Yeah.
It's a points card.
Yeah. It's a.
I like how the Marquis has like a special deck of cards. That he got like fucking handcrafted. That like the Jester card is just like the Marquis face.
We need like a Genesis version of the deck of many things. Modern deck of many things.
The deck of many Marquis.
Yes.
The deck of many Marquis.
Rather than what do you call it? Rather than one of the tower summoning a castle full of monsters, it's an RV.
Hey, who you calling a monster?
Who are you calling Pinhead? Anyway, that is an excellent place to leave off for the day. Thank you all.
Indeed.
Thank you, Frey, for running that. That was amazing.
Yes.
Thank you.
That was a fun session.
Thank you, everybody. Just great RP overall. That was a great session.
That was
Oh
fun.
yeah.
Tense as fuck as well. Wow, I was worried we were going to lose Deku.
Wow.
Keep doing that. Doku and
Deku,
Cabal. Deku.
Quest.
We had only
10 a.m.
we
You
had
know
only
your
one
Deku
roll
is-
that was above a 20.
God, and that
I
was
think.
the only thing that even approached good rolls was that one that was above a 20, and then your hit die rolls. And that was about
Primrose
it.
got a 15 on a fucking check.
Yeah.
I have jinxed everyone, and I apologize for
Hey, I rolled a 16.
That's true. That's true. We got
Mhm.
we got two numbers that were okay. It was a 16 and a 15, and then we got one above 20, and the rest were almost all single-digit numbers.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Yes. That, I think, is the point to wrap it up.
Yes.
And I am going to go and close things out for now. See you all next week. Possibly Friday for a little bit of gaming, depending on who wants to jump in for that. Because that is, generally speaking, whoever in the server wants to partake in whatever game we're playing. But you can definitely expect Frey, myself, and Yimf to be in there for that. And then, of course, Saturday, more simple walk. And then Sunday again for Genesis.
Back here.
Right back here, right back home.
And again, at Krispy Kreme.
Oh my god, we didn't end at a gas station.
Yeah.
Sacrilege.
The one session we didn't end at a gas station.
That's how you knew it was going to end. That's how you knew it was going to be
the gas station curse.
That's why we didn't end the last session at a gas station. That's why it was cursed. It wasn't Flick's rolls yesterday.
All right, everybody, before you go anywhere, you stopped at a gas station to pick the bullets out of Doku. And
Genevieve at this point is going to get like a snow globe with a gas station that she's going to carry with her at all places.
Oh
She's
my
gonna keep
god!
in her pocket.
Yeah, put it on the
Next to
dashboard.
the little hula girl on
Yes,
her
a little hula
dashboard.
girl, but instead of a hula girl, it's a gas station attendant.
Yeah.
I can't
If we
believe
can't
you
be,
guys
if we
seriously
can't be at
almost
the
died.
gas station,
We'll bring it with
station
us.
will come to us.
I can't believe it. I genuinely cannot believe that actually, it's in my mind now that is the reason that you guys rolled so bad, because you guys didn't end at a gas station and it almost got you killed.
And because we spent a couple weeks, it just like fomented and got worse.
Oh.
It built the curse of the gas station built up. We are now connected to the gas station forever. Gas station has found a new host.
Oh no.
Can
A new hand touches the gas station.
Can we make a portable gas station at some point? Thank you.
Gas station in the pot. Gas
It's
station
like
in
the
ball.
Wizard Tower spell, but it's a portable gas station.
Yeah, but
It's like was it a Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion or something? But there's some
Mordenkainen's
gas
Magnificent
station
Mansion.
interior.
It's
It'll be Marquis' Magnificent Gas Station.
Yes.
I'm gonna make that one of Tuare's little relics you can get now.
I'm gonna be
Rose's
completely
particular
honest
pump
with you.
house.
Honest to God, though,
Pimp house, you mean.
now, thinking about it logically, there are no gas stations on the other half of the continent. Like,
No.
If
Well,
like
we're
one
wrong
of
at
one of
it.
the things on Genevieve's like low on her priority list is when eventually we get some cash together and we find a body shop that can make customizations. She's gonna want either solars or a hybrid system for her van on the off chance she manages to get it out in one piece out of Iris.
Oh my God!
Because it's gonna
can you
need
fucking-
it.
Can you fucking imagine? Oh, we ran out of gas. Oh
Well-
no! And then a TPK the next session because there's no gas station.
We have no shelter to sleep
Imagine
in.
Imagine we're in the forest of fucking Gweddle in the van, being chased by a wood monster across the forest,
Oh,
and then we just suddenly run out of gas.
it's over.
It's
Anyways.
anyway. Good night,
Also,
everybody.
I did a secondary edit because I realized the time was incorrect.